Out of all the people that you could choose for a podcast, why did I get invited?
Because
not that I'm not extremely flattered, but I'm just curious. I feel like a really
because
random
I've
pick.
known you before. I met you at TwitchCon, right?
We have, yes.
Yes, that's why.
Did
And I don't.
you guys hear that TwitchCon EU is canceled?
I heard.
Coronavirus.
Isn't that whack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not good.
This is
What
our
the
first Twitch drama, kind of related.
Why did it like completely
related
flop?
to conventions?
It would have been a big flop because
Well,
like,
okay,
people
to
show
be
up and they'd be like,
completely fair, I don't think a lot of people are going to go to the convention anyways. I think people are just going there to like, you know, go to shops, specifically bakery type shops. So yeah, I don't think people would have been like going to the convention anyways, but the Airbnb situation is definitely a problem.
Yeah, I got fucked one time, Airbnb. I think it was like 2 TwitchCons ago. The Airbnb I was at ended up being a scam. It was like this really nice, like, penthouse type thing that was a really good deal in one of the condos. And then I got there and like, oh, we actually don't partner with Airbnb. And the whole thing was a scam, and I had to like charge back. But then on the day of that I was in TwitchCon looking for my Airbnb, I had to find a new place. It sucked so bad.
sounds like you had a bad time.
I did. I had a and I ended up in like the jankiest motel ever.
My
because of
biggest
that.
fear is like getting recorded in Airbnb. Like they have cameras hidden. Like I saw the Shane Dawson video and I was like, now I'm paranoid because they can like hide them in like outlets and stuff and watch you. That makes me so scared.
That's
Is
super
that legal?
fucked up.
If it's in their own house, yes, but you have to disclose it. But sometimes they're vague about it enough where you don't know. So it's like public bathrooms can have like cameras in them and stuff that people put in, and it makes me freaked out.
I mean, I've watched enough 2D girl stuff to definitely know about the bathroom cameras.
Oh boy. I have a question, Amouranth, and you probably get this a lot, okay? I really need to know this because I was watching this the other day again and I was just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Why do you swallow pasta?
Oh, I don't anymore. At the time I had braces, but they were lingual braces, which means they're on the back of my teeth. So every time you chew, the wire cuts your tongue. And so I just adapted to not chew and just swallow swallowable foods.
Yeah, her mouth would literally like be bleeding during ASMR where she'd always put wax
I
on
know.
It was so sad, and I got so upset when people
it was so
tear apart
painful
for that.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to be offensive, but I was watching it the other day and I was just like, I couldn't figure out the like logistics of it. I was very confused.
But I won't lie though, after that went like kind of viral and I was like, why is this? I'm just gonna start doing stupid shit. Then I started doing really cringy stuff and I wish that had gone viral. Where I got like a water bottle and I flipped it over and then I cut the bottom off of it, just like didn't say anything and just started drinking it out of the bottom of it, hoping that would go viral. It didn't though. I don't know what people are impressed with swallowing. I don't get it. It's like,
the thing is, it's like your totally serious expression during it that just makes it, because like you clearly like don't care that you're swallowing pasta.
I don't. I was like, it hurts to chew. Just adapting,
no,
bro.
Totally fair.
Just adapting.
I was thinking about that now. I'm like, what if I just started swallowing my oatmeal? But then I was like, I don't want to have like indigestion problems, so.
Oh yeah. I don't recommend it. I got after my braces came off, or like towards the end of it, I got super constipated. So. Don't appreciate. I don't recommend it. It was not fun. Not a fun time. But now I can chew pasta.
Yay! Yay!
Welcome on board.
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't offensive. I got scared for a
No,
second.
it was not. It was not.
Like, if it's like your actual thing, like you can't help it. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, that's a good topic though. What are some things that you guys have done on your stream that people just keep bringing up again, and you're like, that's not even a big deal, or like stupid things that have gone viral? Do you have any of those?
Yeah.
Spideress.
What is that?
Yeah, that. It's a thing. It looks like Jenna.
It does though.
It does actually look like Jenna.
Wait, what is
But
this?
I can't escape it.
Spider
It's
eggs?
like this cartoon spider thing that looks like her.
Now I have to look this
At
up.
least I know what I'm gonna be when I
Spider eggs
die and become a
cartoon?
ghost.
Yeah, mine is rocks of any kind. Everyone always assumes I'm gonna lick the rocks. Because I had a salt lamp that I used to lick, so. And I kind of like out of habit, like I kind of taste everything. So if I get like crystals or something like these kinds, I
Oh,
have
I've
to
always
lick them
wanted
to
like
see
a
if they
salt
taste.
crystal thing. They taste
But
good?
they never taste like anything. The salt one,
Oh.
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I love licking the salt lamp, but
So do people just like salt and Craigasm in your chat, or what happens?
No, they're
Have
just
a
kind
salt
of like,
emote?
they're like, what face, you know? Like, they're really confused.
Oh.
Weird champ. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I do have a weird tick where, like, I can't touch dry things. It's like nails on a chalkboard, but, like, physically for me. Like, towels, I hate the textures of towels. Chalk, like, makes me want to absolutely die. Like, I can't stand chalk.
Really?
Like,
Oh, chalk.
yeah.
I thought you said chocolate. I was like, who doesn't
No,
love
chalk.
You would not survive gymnastics.
Like, sand,
Yeah.
I have to, like, wet my feet immediately after leaving the beach because it, like, really makes me cringe. It's like anything dry, bare nail beds, I have to wear acrylic nails, otherwise, like, they feel disgusting. I hate how it feels.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never
and
had
certain
acrylic
textures
nails.
I can't wear either.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Sounds like OCD almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think it's OCD. I think it's just like I have texture preferences. Like I prefer like soft, fluffy textures, and like anything soft. So like everything in my house is like super soft.
I mean, I like soft, but I do have the same issue with textures except for food. Like coconut shavings on like cake or
Yeah, that's
candy.
fair.
I can't do that. Or like the pineapple kind of texture. Like I don't mind pineapple juice, but the pineapple fruit texture, it just feels like fibrous
fair.
almost. And I can't
For
do
some
it.
reason, when you eat like cake with frosting on it, it makes my teeth feel cold. In like a weird cringy way, so I like hate cake.
Chat.
Like I that's a really weird thing to say, but like it just makes me like feel weird in a point where I don't like it.
That's interesting. Chat. One
Yeah.
in chat if you actually like cake though. All kinds of
like
all
when
kinds
everyone
of
likes
cake.
cake.
Everyone likes cake.
Mm.
So I guess
Shit,
that
food.
would be our OC. That would be more OCD pet peeves type of thing that you hate.
I have a texture problem too, as far as touching certain things. It's gonna may sound weird, I don't know, but certain things I can't touch unless I already like have lotion on my skin. Like if I just got out of the
It's the
shower
lotion.
and
I
I'm
hate
touching like
lotion.
but I mean, like it's not one of the lotions. It has to be a good lotion, it's not one of that greasy kind.
That's
Like, I
crazy.
can't touch the
I
materials. or
can't
it's
stand
like,
that feeling. of
it's like
lotion.
it's like touching. Like it's like that feeling of having cotton balls in your mouth at the dentist. It feels like that.
Cotton balls are the worst.
Yeah, it
Ew.
feels like
They will
cotton
die if
balls
I
in
touch
your
a
mouth.
cotton ball.
That's why I have to do it. It's only certain things like really rough towels or
Oh yeah.
like the horrible blankets at the motels or the just hotels, that don't have that thick blanket on the bed. That kind of stuff I can't.
Oh, like the yarn blankets, like the Afghans. Like I can't.
Yes.
Oh, they're so itchy.
I can't
No,
relate
thank
to
you.
any of this.
So, like,
Jenna's
for
like,
me-
I like everything. I don't-
For me, like
I'm not, I'm just not
if
bothered.
if I touch something dry like chalk, I'll wet my hands, but I don't dry them. So like oftentimes you'll see me like walk through the house, literally just wet my hands and keep on with my day. Like I don't dry them. I literally just wet my hands to like get rid of that like chalky idea. Like just this conversation makes me want to wet my hands.
Is that better? Is there an echo? I think I turned it down. It's probably
I
better.
can understand. 'Cause I get that way sometimes with lotion.
Yeah, no. The thing that grosses me out is when people like put lotion on their skin and then put their clothes on. Like no,
Oh yeah, that
No.
is great.
that's disgusting.
Guilty.
I don't like the feeling when you have like either right after the shower and you or lotion, either one, and like you need to put pants on even though you've towel dried, but it still feels wet, and you're just like peeling it on you like. That's,
I do that
that's
with
the gross.
socks.
That's the worst. That's why you
I
always have
haven't
to
put
air dry
lotion
naked.
on my skin in
Oh
years.
god.
I'm anti-lotion.
Yeah, it just feels disgusting. I can't do that. Ugh. But those are our pet peeves. What do you hate in guys, though? What would be pet peeves in a dude?
Wow, hate. That's a really strong
Or
word.
what do you dislike? What are your pet peeves that guys
Inability
do?
to communicate. It is awful. It's the worst.
I almost second that one.
I
Yeah.
hate posers. That's like my biggest thing.
When you say posers, I just think of like emo boys
like,
in
what
junior
else
high.
about
I think of
posers?
like a hipster, like a man bun. You're like, I
No.
hate posers.
No, not like that. I mean like somebody that pretends to be into the type of things that you like or the things that you're interested in. I mean, you guys have to have experienced this. I could not be the only one because I have had this happen to me so many times. They'll pretend to like TV shows I like or
Oh my
that I'm
god.
into Disney.
Yes.
And,
Bro,
I'm
it
into
sounds like you're
vampires and
sociopaths.
things like
Yeah,
that.
that
They'll
sounds like
pretend
a
that they like those
fighting
things to
sociopath.
get with me, and then I find out that they really don't like any of those things. I don't even know who the hell this person is. That's like, I
Okay.
don't like people that pretend to be something that they're not.
That person didn't ask you to put lotion on your skin, did it?
No, but I had a boyfriend that almost got to that level
Oh god.
of being psychotic.
Mhm.
That's not funny. Sorry, that wasn't funny.
You know what I really hate? Men with
What?
too many muscles. What are
Really?
like,
You don't like too
bodybuilders?
muscly?
Oh, bad hygiene. That's
I guess
that's
it's
that's probably my number
Yeah,
one
bad
thing.
hygiene. Yeah.
Bad hygiene.
When
I'm
you're
sorry.
cuddling and you just get a whiff of fucking nasty
Okay, listen.
armpit.
No.
That goes for
oatmeal
guys
you.
or girls.
No oatmeal.
Well, Kate, I have a question for you, or for Jenna too. All of you guys have been to conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true what they say about that there's signs up that about people having such bad BO?
Yeah,
And
it's
please wear
absolutely
deodorant.
true.
They'll tell you to put on deodorant.
And they really do stink that bad?
Yeah, it's true. They do.
It's true. She's putting on deodorant.
That it's happened.
You can get it when
That
I'm done
happened.
with it. Stop.
I was just curious. Trying to get prepared.
Hey, this works.
found out
Room spray
he likes
is the
oat milk.
best deodorant ever. Just take a can of it. I'm not sponsored. It should be though. Take a can of it to a convention and just start spraying people. Like,
You know what I did?
just
once?
like stand in front of them and spray yourself and hope that it like
Before
wafts
someone's
behind
allergic
them.
to aerosol and goes into anaphylactic shock.
Oh my god.
Is that a
would
thing?
not.
Have you guys ever like hugged someone at a convention that was like way too smelly and you just kind of like died inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Or have
You
you,
know
ever,
what
like,
I
turned
did?
down
And you
somebody?
smell it on yourself after. And you're like,
Yes. Oh my god.
I
No.
had one person. It was another streamer.
Uh.
But I've never had like a viewer.
The worst is when you're. I'm really short. Jenna's like an Amazon warrior, but I'm 5'4", and so I'm like under everyone's armpit when we do hugs for
no.
pictures, you know. And I'm just getting like I actually had like a spray tan. I got it all nice for TwitchCon and stuff, and my shoulders had a white patch after the first day because of just the amount of sweat that people were just sweating off my tan, and like
gonna
the
happen to
smell
me
was
too.
lingering. I'm like, oh.
I'm 5'2". Am I gonna get it worse?
And you might be missing their armpit. I don't know.
Stop.
I was like right
I hope
up
I
in
miss
there.
the armpit, but then I hope it doesn't like drip on me.
Oh yeah, true.
I have a real question. How are you still so pale even with a spray tan?
I don't have one right now. I wasn't pale.
At the TwitchCon, the one that
Yeah.
I was.
Or was that? Did I get it? I got a tan for. I know it was maybe it was BlizzCon. I don't know if it was TwitchCon.
It was.
I thought it was both.
Because like when I was like we're the same color and we were. I was not tan.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. It might have been BlizzCon that I got it. I had it for both. Okay. Oh, I was a light tan. It was much darker than I am now for sure.
You better stop.
I'm very,
Uh,
very pale like Kate, usually because I never go outside.
Well, what's this
I-
picture
I
then? Did you change the
inside most of the
contrasts
time.
and stuff? Is this...
So I think that might be why your skin's so light.
You look really tan in your picture.
Yeah, you look very tan. But it might be because of the white.
It's the lighting.
Oh.
Okay.
Just got attacked.
It's the magic of the lighting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to get a tan. I want a tan, but my pool streams, I don't want like tan lines, you know? So I have to like put the sunscreen on so I don't get awkward tans. Because if I actually get a tan, I want to be naked. And I can't do that, you know? In a pool stream.
Wait, you can't be naked?
Not during a pool stream. Like that's the only
Oh.
time I go outside.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Wait, you can't
Yeah.
be naked on Twitch? What do you
What?
mean?
Don't be naked on Twitch.
Darn.
Although I have came across some streams in like the one viewer section that have been very questionable.
Oh, there's. Do you just like
There-
click away or do you report them? What do you do?
I honestly I just click away. Like I found this one guy who was doing porn reviews.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was scrolling through and he was doing porn reviews. He was reviewing porn on stream. And I kind of just sat
The
there and was
fuck?
like, this guy.
What
And
the
he was dressed as the
fuck?
devil. And I was just like, I'm gonna have to
What
let this
the
one
hell?
slide.
Yeah, that's a good topic too. The TOS things. What do you think should be allowed on Twitch that isn't currently? Do you have any of those? You're like, this is dumb.
Well, first of all, are sleep streams allowed? Because I
Yeah.
think they should be.
They are allowed,
they
just
Okay,
not
so they're-
in.
But
Yeah.
they're uncategorized. I think there should be a category for them because I honestly think for some people it can be therapeutic.
Yeah, I think
Even
there
more.
should. Yeah, I always thought there should be a sleeping
No,
section.
you can understand. There's a
Okay.
lot of lonely people in the world
True.
that don't
Yeah.
have any companionship at all. Like I know
know,
a guy in
yeah.
Canada that I don't know why. He's a cute guy, but he just goes to work, works 12 hours, comes home, goes on his computer, goes to bed, repeats this routine. He's never even dated. And I just think, just to have somebody else there, listen to somebody else breathing, whether you watch ASMR and reacts, it kind of helps the loneliness.
Yeah.
And I think that it's good for that. I don't think that and I don't see why is that against TOS. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
if you're wearing something appropriate, I don't see the
Yeah.
big deal.
Well,
Yeah.
I just was always worried that I might like take off my shirt while I'm doing sleep streams because I do that. Like, I hate wearing clothes in bed. So I've just always been like really prepared. I put like nipple pasties on just in case like I somehow like sleepwalk and take my clothes off. But
Yeah,
I try to do.
I'm
that.
the same
My
way. I don't like it, but I just deal with it. For Twitch, I'm like, I can still sleep. It's fine. It's not my preferred
My, like,
method.
You know what?
think
I'd
that
probably
really
be more
freaks me
comfortable
out.
sleeping.
It's
'Cause I
just
get so
weird that
nervous.
like there's so many men that have done sleep streams on the site and nobody says a single word and finds it funny. But then like when we do it, suddenly everybody freaks out and they're like,
I know.
I heard when I did my sleep
Random.
stream, I got like 80 reports in one night. Like on my channel, like there was
I think
80
because,
reports.
Honestly, the majority of people on Twitch
Done?
don't really like women.
I don't think that they don't like women. I think that and I wouldn't say majority. I think it's just the ones who are vocal about it who stand out a lot because I think most people who are watching a stream, they're just normal people who have no problems with women, but they're lurkers typically, or they chat and they don't say anything. But then the people who are really toxic about it, they clearly have mommy issues or they've been hurt in the past or something. They've been turned down by women and now they're bitter about it.
Yeah,
and
we
so they
wanted
go
to.
on and they're very vocal and they'll often make like multiple accounts to be vocal about it. And get all their friends who are in the same friend group of like toxic to come
Yeah,
and
there's
bombard the
Discords that are,
stream
like,
together as a
dedicated to
bonding
that.
activity. I don't know. It's. I don't think it's the majority. I think it's just a very vocal minority, and they just like making a lot of spam and have no life and have so much time to make a million accounts. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys might think I'm even a little more far-fetched in saying this, but obviously I don't think any of the thing that's like the girls or guys wear on Twitch, it gets me so mad when people say something about it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
we wear the same things out in public. It's ridiculous. But I mean, I almost feel like don't judge me, but I almost feel like there should even be like if they wanted to have an adult section on here, and if Twitch was so concerned about TOS or this or that, you could actually have like they used to make you enter your credit card to prove that you were. I know you can have people stealing credit cards, but Twitch can handle that. But having to enter your credit card information to prove that you're over 18.
Are you
then
talking
I-
like full porn, like sex?
Well, I don't mean like full on like that, but I mean just maybe some more revealing stuff like some girls might do on where they're not fully naked, but again, more than you would be allowed to do on Twitch.
I just think that
I
gray
think
area, like
there's
people are
other
gonna push
websites
it.
for that though.
I agree.
I don't know.
I don't
I
think that
agree.
should be valid on this website. I think if you want to do 18 plus content in the sense that you want to do sex on the line of sex work, I think you should, like, for example, girls on Chatterbait, they don't get naked, they don't masturbate, they just sit there and wear cute clothing and talk to people, and it's already set up that you can do exactly that on other platforms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I wasn't talking about masturbating or anything.
Yeah, I know.
She just means I think
no, a lot of
attire,
the
right?
stuff
Like
exactly
you do
that,
on
like,
cam
without
sites.
doing
You just think
anything,
clothing
or even
wise?
showing yourself naked, like you can sit there in cute clothes and talk to people.
As a former
Oh,
cam
okay.
girl, I think I have the best experience to say that a lot of my content, like my streams, were like, I would say 3 hours of like fully clothed content and like maybe half an hour of something sexual. Like most of my content was just like sitting and talking to people like fully clothed or partially clothed. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's already a thing that's on other sites. And it just would be like ruining Twitch's advertisers and
Yeah.
stuff like that because it would
You
confuse
lose
like
a
your
lot
brand.
of sponsors.
I
as
see your
well.
point.
Like imagine your kid being like, "Oh, I watch Twitch," and your parents are like, "Oh, fuck, so do I." Like, be a little bit
Oh, yeah.
confusing.
Yeah. Okay, real quick announcement. Can you guys go retweet my tweet on my personal Twitter, WildKate? I have the podcast tweet live, so if you could share it, that'd be really cool, guys. Help us out a lot. But yeah, as far as the attire thing that goes, I don't really have a problem with Twitch's like attire things. I feel like since they're in California, I feel like they are pretty lax as to what you can wear as long as it's like textually appropriate. Like I think it's fine to sit around talking in like a crop top and shorts. I don't seem to have a problem with that. Or like at a pool or a beach in a bikini, as long as it's not like a micro and you're like popping shit areolas and stuff. I think it's fine. But like I think the attire part is okay. I think it's more of just like, what are you allowed to talk about as a girl seems a little weird. It's like, what I've noticed, it feels to me, and I could be wrong, that guys can talk about sexual things and it's not a big deal, but if a girl has cleavage and talks about something sexual, even in a joking way, it tends to be more looked down upon. That's what I think that would be kind of... Like, if they make, like, a sex joke, but then they're also, like, wearing cleavage or in the bikini, then it's kind of seen as more as, like, a sexual... And it could be like, depending on who's moderating that day, they could strike it against you or not, depending on how big your account is or whatever. Because
I wish
you know.
I could relate, but I don't have cleavage.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. Like if you make like a sexual joke or you talk about like your sexual like experiences in too much detail, sometimes they're gonna be like,
Okay, that's
you know. But I feel like guys can like go like guac or whatever they want to, you know, and it's kind of like a joke, right? Like or like trading X favors for subs, but if a girl says that, she would get, you know, reported and moderated.
I mean, I say it all the time. I don't know. I make a lot of sex jokes personally, but maybe cleavage is actually
I think it's like
factor.
that's what I'm saying. If you're wearing something that is like looks like it would be sexual, if you talk about too much sexual things, I feel like it's more held against you than if you're not wearing something but talk about it. So that's what I've noticed is like it kind of makes it to be like you're weaponizing sexuality more just because you're dressed and addressing sexual things.
I think that can even be found in society. For example, men can be more open about the sexual stuff, but if women talk about their sex life, people are like, ew.
That's true. Guys can high five each other and be like, yeah, and they're considered a stud. But if women have a lot of partners, it's like, oh, you dirty whore.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
But we should be equally treated, you know? If guys can talk about it, we should be able to.
yeah.
Without getting this, I mean, you're right, they don't get the same scrutiny. I'm not going to bring up the streamer because I like a streamer, but he was describing a certain part of his body and making jokes about it. And if I would have been the same thing and somebody had reported me, I would have probably got banned. I would have probably got a ban.
I've heard like guys talking about like sexual experiences in detail, like to the point about like how they ejaculated and stuff, and like nothing, no warning, nothing.
That's that it gets pretty crazy sometimes.
People saying they have FAP stations and they're around the houses and stuff. Yeah, and they get
a FAP station.
Yeah.
What is a FAP station? Yeah.
I'm thinking like a whole like desk dedicated in the corner of the room.
He's got like JO crystals, like a collection. He charges them with his guild.
Magazines, like
a little hole in the wall.
What is it? Oh my god!
Do you want to know what it was? It was a doll, a woman doll. Sorry, I have apple in my mouth. 1 second.
None of us thought about dolls. Okay.
It was a life-size woman doll.
Yeah.
Holding lotion in her hand. And he's like, here's my FAP station. And I'm just going, did he really just say that?
Wow,
people were
that's
laughing.
weird. Wow.
If we had done something like that, like if I had gone into my home in Final Fantasy and been like, hey, here's my FAP station, guys. I'd have been...
That's insane.
What happens is like a guest comes over and they accidentally sit in your FAP chair. Like, what do you do?
Don't say anything.
I don't know, when he was telling
Just don't say
everyone they
anything.
should go in all their apartments and fill them full, so everyone should have FAP stations, and I'm just going, how is this allowed, but everybody else is getting shit for such less things?
I don't know. I
actually think it should all be
They sat in
allowed.
my FAP chair just to see their reaction. Like, you know, I just came there like a few minutes ago. You see that stain? You're
Yeah, and then they get up and move, and then you'd be like, oh, I came there too.
You might like
Just
that,
everywhere
though.
they sit.
You just don't ask, don't tell, that kind of thing. It's
Hold on.
kind of like
I'll be right back. I'm making my food.
like the other day I was making dog treats and I put them on the counter next to the actual brownies and my dad came over and he
Oh,
saw the
no.
dog treats, and he thought they were brownies, and he ate one and didn't say anything about it. And I was like,
It
I'm
must
just
have
not
been
gonna
pretty
tell him. Yeah, just
I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I used to see those, like, you remember those bones? The dog bones that were, like, the cookie ones?
oh
that
yeah,
you
the
feed your
milk
dog?
bones.
Yeah, I actually used to fucking munch on those when I was, like, 3.
I knew people who
explicitly
did that.
remember it.
100%. Mm-hmm.
They didn't taste bad.
That's what they told me too. I never
I have a
wanted to try.
guilty confession.
Yeah.
I eat some of my dog's a couple times. I sometimes eat some of her pumpkin cookies.
I'm sure they're healthy.
They're
Healthier than regular cookies,
I mean-
probably.
They're pumpkin.
Yeah, but
right?
they're
So-
they're from like a really good pet food store, and I wondered why she liked them so much. And I was like hungry one day, and I like took a couple bites of them, and they're like really good. But so your treats were probably that you made for your dog, Caitlin, were probably really yummy.
I
those
sprayed
cookies
my
tasted
pits
better
earlier
than
because the
cookies
smell was nice,
in
and
the
I didn't
grocery
realize the
store.
citrus would make my armpits burn. And now I'm like, how do I stop this?
Oh
It's like the orange zest in it. I'm like, how do I?
Getting a little too zesty.
no! That's what happens with the orange gamer goo. No, you don't put it in a certain area.
Oh yeah, no. The orange gamer goo, same thing. Don't put on your pits. Burns.
Pits, by the way.
It works great. The other
Wait, what
scents.
is gamer go?
It's not the orange.
What did I expect? Just the smell. I wasn't thinking about the citrus part.
I mean, I did bring up
Here, I'm gonna go wash them
possible
real quick.
reactions.
Hold on. You guys talk. I'm gonna go wash them real quick.
Okay,
Thank
I
you
did
for the
not
sub,
expect
Kevin.
them to give me this much food.
Good time.
Who is this supposed to be for? They know I'm only like 100 pounds, right? Oh my god. I feel like
You'll be fine. You need food.
Both my roommates are from the UK, and it's like one of the first things they said when they came over here is they could not believe the portions compared to like over where they live. We get like double the portions that they get over in the massive amount of food.
yeah,
But it's good because it will make more than one meal.
I'm still not used to that. I lived in California and same deal. You get like half portions in California.
I don't know.
Unless you go to Claim Jumper, then you get like 4 portions. I don't know if you guys have heard of
I was in the UK and
Never been.
I ate a decent amount of food there. It was about the same. I
said
think it just
UK?
depends on where you go, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it also depends on what you order and what kind of, food you're going to, like Indian food or
If
But
you're
most
going
of the
like
Brit-
Mexican, dude, the plates are fucking giant. It's like never-ending rice. It's just giant. It's like a massive ass plate the size of like my torso. So yeah, that's a huge portion. But
Were
I
you
don't
in
know.
London? Maybe London's different than where they're
Yeah, I was
from
in
Wales.
London.
They're in Wales, which is, near London, but a smaller area. Sadly, it's flooding. I think they just had a bad flood there, but so maybe their portions are a little different there. Just though they were
so
shocked. They're
confused.
like, there's so much food. Like every time we went out, oh my God, this is so much food. Even like the size of our drinks were, like our size of our drinks at McDonald's were bigger than the ones that they had where they lived before growing up.
It'll go away eventually. Are you talking
I'll
about
be
food?
honest, I haven't been to an American McDonald's, except for this one time that we ordered the fries, and they tasted like I don't know, it just tasted like straight chemicals. It was disgusting.
Ah.
I was like, this is the last time I eat McDonald's in the States. And I haven't done it since.
That's disgusting. I don't like fast food either. Ugh, that's nasty.
Yeah, fast food is disgusting. Imagine eating at Burger King every night. That'd be so bad for you.
Do you think it really has
I don't
pink
know, I feel
goop
like
in the
there's a really
nuggets
big
still, or
difference
they
between
changed
Burger
that?
King and
Huh?
McDonald's, though.
McDonald's, yeah. Do you still think they have pink goop, or did they change that?
That was Taco Bell.
Oh, that's Taco Bell?
That was
I
Taco
thought
Bell.
chicken nuggets had like pink goop stuff. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
They're
chicken
all
nuggets
pink goop.
is just like everything ground up from a chicken, and then it's bleached, or no, maybe it goes through an ammonia mixture, and then they make it into your nuggies,
Yeah, nasty.
so they look extra white, you know.
Ugh. I'm good.
Ugh.
I'm good.
I crashed my car trying to get Burger King. Not a good time.
Unlucko.
Speaking of things that we don't like, have you had any bad past dating experience or encounters that maybe weren't a date?
Encounters.
Encounters, sort of like the encounters.
I have like the worst one. Like hands down. You know it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you know the one I'm talking about. I have a few, but so I go on a date with this guy. I meet him at like some party. He's like the nicest, most like thoughtful person I ever met. I'm just like, wow, this guy's incredible. Like, hold on, my cat's being really annoying. But I was like super excited because he was like the nicest, most thoughtful person ever. And we had really good conversations, and I was like really vibing with this guy. I'm gonna hold this up. And we go on a few more dates. He comes to my house. I realize he's a sociopath, and he's been like faking his entire personality the entire like 3 dates we went on. He was like stalking my Instagram, like he was saying little comments that I would notice to be like, oh, you should go home to your cats. And I'm like, I didn't tell you I have cats.
Ooh.
Or like he'd be like, oh, you should go play ukulele. And I'm like, how do you know I play ukulele? I have a video on my Instagram from like a year ago. It got really, really weird.
Yikes.
Very bad time. Don't ever go on dates with sociopath. Read the signs. Very bad.
Oof. That's weird.
I just butchered that story. I'm sorry. I got distracted by my cat. She was trying to kill this bag.
That's a common thing when guys like pretend to like would they do that.
It
They'll
was
stalk
really
you or they'll
creepy.
pretend to
It
like
was
you like
really
them, too.
bad. Like he genuinely, I thought he was like Prince Charming. Like he was like the nicest person I ever met, super thoughtful. And then I realized he just has no emotion.
So that's one of the warning signs, I guess, if they start telling you information that you never told them. They might
Definitely,
be stalking you. What do you think are some other signs? Did you see any others?
The thing is, I didn't realize this until he kind of had intercourse with me. Like midway through the intercourse, I was just like, holy fuck, this guy's not like here right now. Like it was so weird. Like he wasn't the same person at all. Like the way he was like describing it, he'd be like, oh yeah, we'd make love and stuff, but it was literally just like not the same person.
Was he a
at all.
virgin?
It was weird. No. But then after we had sex, like I kicked him out like halfway through because I was like, I'm uncomfortable, leave, and he never texted me again. And I was like, but then I was like, okay, so maybe I'm just crazy. And I was telling that to my friend. He's actually a really big actor. I was telling it to my friend, and my friend's like, holy shit, he did that to another girl that I know. Like it's like literally a theme.
He like basically, I'll explain it with real quick.
Thank you.
A
Just better.
little easier. So basically, he was super sweet to her and like said everything right, and we were like, "Yay, this guy's gonna be awesome!" And then he comes over, and they're like hanging out. He's being super sweet, and then I guess Nova described it as like he 360'd into like a different human being right in front of her. And then
It was very weird.
Like, it
Like
was,
it went from
I don't
like
wanna,
super
go into
romantic to
specifics,
like
but it
literally
was
like
fucked.
ripping my clothes off, and not in like a sexy way, but like literally just like
aggressive?
pulling. Yeah, and not like in a
Oh.
sexy aggressive way though, because I know that's like a whole dom thing, right? This was different. This was like a predator. It was weird.
Oof.
Like I felt like I got violated afterwards, and I kicked him out halfway through because I was like, I'm really uncomfortable with this. Like okay, not to get too graphic. Literally halfway during sex, we weren't touching at all. It was just like literally just penetration. He tries to stick his fucking finger in my butthole.
What the
He tried to
fuck?
stick his finger in my butthole. And I just turned around, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You haven't even asked if that's okay. So that's the point where I was like, you need to leave. I'm uncomfortable. Like, I'm not feeling anything right now. I literally
Did
was
you
just sitting
fart?
there like, huh?
Nothing. Continue. Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's
I like
not...
left my body though. It was really fucked up.
That's
And
not cool.
at that point I was like, that guy's a fucking sociopath. Cause like you don't go from like, oh yeah, I'm super romantic. I just wanna like make love and like have babies and a white picket fence to like I'm going to
That's
fucking finger
ridiculous.
your butthole without asking you.
Dude.
Like
And just absolutely destroy your clothing by tearing them off.
yeah,
And,
no, like it
That's
was bad. It was really
insane.
bad.
No, that's super shitty. I can't believe that happened to you. I'm so
It was
sorry.
very, very bad. Yeah, no, I've kind of
That's-
repressed it because I'm just like, that was a terrible, terrible, terrible experience. But the thing is, it wasn't like, okay, so I probably wouldn't have had sex with him in a normal situation because, like, I don't have sex on a third date. That's way too soon for me personally.
Yeah.
But, like, he learned how to lower my guard. Like, he knew that, for
Mhm.
instance, like, me singing is a very big vulnerability. And, like, I dead ass, he pressured me for, like, half an hour to just improv sing on the spot to, like, his guitar playing and stuff. And, like, I kept telling him it made me uncomfortable, but he kept, like, trying to make me do it. Because, like, they do stuff like that to, like, lower your guard.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier to, like, advance on you.
Yeah.
But a whole sociopath
Predator.
is like their way of like owning you is to have sex. They don't really enjoy it. and then they move on to the next target. That's their whole goal in life, is to literally just sexually dominate women like that.
I think
That's so
the reason why I
creepy.
don't think he's a sociopath though is because sociopaths actually have some emotions going on. I think he's a psychopath because he does this to multiple women. He basically almost rapes women, and then
Yeah.
he just drops them like they're nothing.
Yeah, like I've
And he
literally
does it
never heard from this dude
repeatedly.
since.
That sounds like
And also
psychopath.
people
Yeah.
who are like high up in Hollywood, a lot of them are
Yeah.
like that because they're Yep.
Because he has that influence, you know, it's easy for him to probably get women. Like it's just really messed up. Not a good time.
That sucks. That's crazy. I've
So
never
what's
had
your
anything
worst
to-
dating story?
I've never had anything to that degree. When I went out with the guy on Tinder, the first and last time I used Tinder, actually, because I didn't know it was like a hookup thing. I thought it was actually like a legit dating app at the time, but apparently it's a lot of hookup culture on there, and you have to be careful. I went out with the guy, and at the end of the date, he asked if he could grab my boobs, and I was like thinking to myself, like, did you just really ask that? But on the other hand, I'm like, well, he's honest, and he actually asked. Oh, that's different. Like, I don't know. It was just really like took me off guard, and I was just like, I was really enjoying the date until that point. I'm like, oh, that's what he wants. Oh.
Oh no.
And then I was like, trying to leave at that point, and then he was like, "You want to come back and cuddle?" And I was like,
Cuddle.
"No, because I don't think cuddling means that." Like, no, abort,
learned that the hard
abort, get out
way.
of there. And then like another guy that I was kind of dating, like not in a relationship, but going on dates with right before that point. This one is weird. I want to get your input on this. This guy, it's really weird because we were going on some dates, but he couldn't be available until after like 11 p.m. He would keep making
Okay.
excuse of work. And then he would take me to like Denny's instead of like nice restaurants.
Denny's.
Yeah, Denny's.
Oh my god.
And it would be like just dinner, and we'd talk, and like we wouldn't go do anything yet. And then one of the nights he was like, do you want to come stay with me at a hotel room? But I'm like, why can't we just go to your apartment if you're going to offer that type of thing? And he was like, oh, we can't. My sister's there. And I'm like,
Sister.
is that really your sister? What do you think? Does that sound
That's pretty
shady?
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. I was like,
I was like, no, we
Living
can
with a
go over
sister?
and I can meet your sister.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
why
like-
would you be weird about that? Like, come on. Sure.
And he was really like abrasive to coming to meet my parents too. And I'm like, this is a little weird. And then one of the nights when we were supposed to go to a movie together, that's when his sister came into play. And he was like, yeah, I'll be there at this time. Like, oh, I'm late. There's traffic. So I'm picking my sister up from the airport, and she's staying at my apartment. And I'm like, is that legit though? I never met the sister. And he would keep dodging, hanging out until after a certain time of night too. And I'm like,
so weird.
I don't know about that. And we never actually did anything. We didn't evolve into a relationship. But he did soon after that randomly disappear for like a month off the radar. No responding to text messages or phone calls. Did not accept my friend request on Facebook. But then I would have been like, okay, he's not interested. But then a month later, he texts me and he's like, hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, where have you been for the past month? And he says, I was in California for work and I didn't have my
Okay.
phone. And I'm like, but it was not true because we got matched on Tinder after I already knew him, just coincidentally.
Yeah, like, what do you mean you don't have a phone?
And it said he
Okay.
was 9 miles away from me. And so I was like, and that was
Okay.
before he contacted me too. So I'm like,
Okay. Plot twist. What if it was his sister? Kona clap.
Oh God. Hell yeah,
Sister
brother.
and wife.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
incest is incest,
shady,
bro.
shady people. I didn't know what to think about that. I'm like, I feel like I dodged a bullet, but I'm not sure in what way. It was definitely shady, but I just don't know if you think he was married or like actually in a relationship, probably.
Or fucking his sister.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
it was his sister.
Maybe
We'll
it was
never
your
know.
stepsister.
Yeah, can we bring him on the podcast? Can you imagine how
Was
good
his
that'd be?
name
Like,
Jamie
we could
Lannister?
interview.
No. Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wait,
So-
Jenna, out of curiosity, which were you thinking, like, when I said, like, bad dating experience?
Him.
Oh, you were thinking of that one, okay.
Yeah, instantly. I was
Okay.
like, that one.
Because there's been a few, but that one, like, hands
That
down
one was
takes
the
cake.
worst because he
Yeah.
like literally manipulated you.
Yeah, okay.
It was like really
Yeah.
creepy too.
That
Yeah.
sounds pretty
There
bad.
was another guy that I was with recently. I met him at a party as well, and we hit it off. We talked about dinosaurs for like 5 hours straight. It was amazing, right? And so we go on a date afterwards because he's like, hey, let's go on a date. And I'm like, okay. So it was a good time. We didn't even kiss or anything, right? He brought me back to his apartment, and then I just like drank some alcohol and left, right? Normal time. I don't see him anymore because I moved to Texas, right? Okay. Living my best life. A few months later, a girl texts me and she's like, hi, I heard that you kissed my boyfriend at a party.
Oh shit!
I'm like, no, I didn't. But if it makes you feel any better, it was like September of this year. I see that you were like, you know, just dating him right afterwards. And she's like, oh, dating him September 2018. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh my gosh, I've been in that situation.
And she was
kind
like,
of.
she's like, I was
except
wondering why he
I've been
wasn't
hurt.
putting any pictures of me on his Instagram. And I'm like, thank God I didn't do anything with that guy because I would have felt so bad. But like, I would have never taken him for someone that had a girlfriend. Like,
That's
nothing.
crazy. Yeah.
because I know like a
Guys
couple
are
weeks
like
afterwards
that.
he was posting pictures of a girl. So I was like, oh, he probably met someone after me. That's fine, you know, living his best life. Didn't realize that they've been dating for years.
Oh my god, I've been hurt. I have been that girl's position.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
I know. I had a boyfriend, and I found out that he had like. The story that I thought was that she kissed him. I found out this bitch kissed him while we were dating at a convention, and so I go to confront her, and she's like, "What? No, he shoved his tongue down my throat in the elevator," and I'm like, "Oh, oh!" He's like, "I didn't even know you were dating him." He said he was single. I'm like, "Oh." And then
always
that
do,
was the
don't
guy that I
they?
did end up walking in on with my best friend. It's a different girl, but I ended up walking on him and my best friend, and yeah, clearly a cheater. But damn.
Holy shit.
Hey, I
Damn.
have some bad relationship experience.
Oh,
I
tell
can
us,
share,
girl.
For
Tell
sure.
us.
Yeah,
Yes.
please do.
Mine is pretty bad, the first one. Well, actually, the second one. The first one was like, I've had such bad experience, so I haven't dated a lot for a while.
Mhm.
My first experience was a guy in high school wanting me to sleep with him. I wasn't ready, so he ended up sleeping with my best friend.
That's the same
That
thing, yeah.
best friend since first grade, like growing up. So that
Hate
was like
that.
my first experience.
Oh yeah, I use that. I weaponized that. Mine did for the same reason. He was like, "Well, I was needed to, you know, do it, and you
Yeah,
weren't gonna do it
exactly.
because before I got in a relationship with this guy, I told him like I wasn't gonna be ready, and I don't know when I would be for a long time, maybe not even till like much later. And he had to be okay with that, and he said he was, you know. And then I kind of lied to him just because I'm petty. Right after I walked in on them, and basically in my mind, I'm like, we're done, you know? Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh no, this is too far, we're done with relationship. In that room, while he was putting his clothes back on, I was like, and you know, I was gonna do it with you, but now, I was gonna do it right after this convention, too.
Oh my
And
god.
he was like, what?
Burn.
I wasn't, but I just wanted to fuck with him, because I'm petty.
My
Get fucked.
second boyfriend was a total sociopath, and I didn't see it because I was young. And he was older than me by quite a bit. Very attractive, very charming. Just
They always are.
Prince Charming, you know, everything you want in a guy, but you know, everything a girl looks for.
Everything they
Especially when
think
we're
you want.
young. Yes.
Too perfect.
Just slowly, just like you were saying, Nova. I started to just notice, like, sometimes he almost, like, looked like he would get angry. At first, it was just small things, like, if a guy looked at me, he'd get angry.
Oh
No, that's not a good sign.
And it was, and I should have seen these flags, but I thought, oh, he just, you know, really loves me and is just, you know, glad he's with me type thing.
Wait, what?
I was young.
Yeah,
I
he's you angry, and he's like, oh, he probably loves me so much.
I was young,
God.
stupid, naive, call it whatever you want.
Oh.
And it progressed and got worse to where he started physically abusing me.
Oh
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. And it went further than physical abuse. And I literally had to move out of the state. My father helped me do this, move out of the state, change my name, everything to get away from him, because when he ended up finally ending a relationship by throwing a phone at my head, causing me to have to get staples in my forehead where I have a permanent scar.
What the fuck?
He was threatening to kill me, all kinds of stuff, driving by our house. My dad had to run outside once with a bat, and I was so afraid he was going to hurt my dad. It was just terrible, and it caused me a lot of like PTSD and terrible experience. And I feel so stupid, and I wish I could give girls some advice of how to look for someone like this, but ended up moving to another state, and luckily nothing's happened for years, but it's made me afraid to go on social media, to reach out to people again, to even have relationships to date. And then my next relationship, the guy, basically, I'll do it as short as I can. He was very possessive, very jealous, didn't like other guys looking at me, wanted to keep me in his apartment all the time. And
you found another one.
Yeah, I found another one, and he also pretended to be somebody that he wasn't. And I found out he had a girlfriend when we met, right? And so he gets me to move in with him, and then ends up later cheating on me with this girlfriend.
What the heck?
And so that's been my experience with dating, sadly.
I'm so sorry.
Except for one nice guy.
Someone to
One
talk
nice
to
guy.
about the original story, or even any of these stories.
Yeah.
That happened specifically, like, where I know your story. My dad's like that, all the way down to the T and in the worst ways possible. And I've watched my mom go through it. My stepmom's still in it. And I know how to like if you want some help with that.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Yeah. It's just like even talking about it, I'm like shaking a little bit. But
Yeah,
I mean, it has been a long time, but it's like you never feel safe. You're like always looking over your shoulders.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's really scary, but it's not every guy, and you'll notice there's like really early on warning signs. Like, for example, the possessive thing about guys looking at you. If he gets like that, that is like one of the biggest red flags for those types of men, and you need to like full on abort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not your fault either. Like, a lot of guys will try to try and make you think that the people looking at you is your fault.
well, I get told that.
For example,
That's like I'm nothing. I got told I was nothing but a Barbie doll.
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
When my mom was a model and my dad and her got married, when guys would look at her, he would lose his shit on her and beat her because it was her fault because she was tempting men.
Yeah, he was almost to that point, and then like, I ran into an ex once, an ex of mine, just an ex that I was with, like years, just dated, and when he realized it was the same guy because he had a really unusual name, he punched him in the face and knocked out a tooth as well. That's how like crazy. So luckily, I did get out of the relationship. That's the good thing.
That's crazy, just for being an ex. It's like, what the heck?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I just hope he's not doing it to anyone else.
Yeah.
I've gone
He
through a lot
is.
of
They
sexual
don't
abuse,
change.
and like for the longest time, I had a hard time coping with that and like not blaming myself, but realizing that it's an experience that helps you like avoid future experiences like that is like the best skill you can possibly have, and just like those experiences made it where you're never going to date somebody like that again. And just look at it like that as opposed to like, something that's gonna hurt you. Use it to your advantage as like a weapon.
Thank you. That's good advice. And yeah, Jenna, I think the video's kind of cutting up a little bit. I probably should be looking at Discord. One of you has said that if you could help me with some of that. Is that what?
Yeah,
that was Jenna.
100%. Like, I know the guys you're talking about because my father is exactly that.
I somehow feel like I attract them, and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm so
happens.
gullible. I'm very gullible, and I'm very.
There's actually some psychological reasoning as to why you may be attracted to a specific type of men as well. And I struggle with it because, for example, my father is that. And if you ever need someone to talk to you, like, understands what you're going through, I get it.
Guys, I have to tell a crazy one. This one is like, I just have to warn you about this one too, and any other girls that are in chat. My roommate, Kim, I have a roommate that also, we've been best friends for a long time. She also streams, and she just had up on her Facebook what city we lived in, and she had just put on her Facebook, recently moved from California, and it was a very small city. In a certain state. I'm not going to say that. Well, it's okay to say the state. It's in Michigan. And this guy, just some random guy on Facebook, that saw her picture because it wasn't private and everything, drove from Texas to Michigan. Looked for a California plate because he knew we were moving into like an apartment building, and there was only 2 apartment buildings. Drove around till he found a California plate. Then, as I and my other friend were pulling out, stood behind my car and was going, "Where's Kimberly? I want to see Kimberly."
Oh my god,
Oh my
yikes.
god, that's terrifying.
And then he came back a second time and was trying. I heard my dog growling, went to the front door, and the chain was unlocked. And my dog was growling, thank God. And he was trying to come in. So I called the cops, and the cops are like, and Kim was saying, "Say I'm not here, say I'm not here," because she was so scared. So I had already lied to the police and said that Kim wasn't there because Kim was terrified, not understandably. And so he's like saying, "Oh, I know Kim, you know, we're dating, I have a key." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, really? Show me the key." And the cops were like not even making him show him the key. And then like he came back a third time and was saying how he knew the layout of the apartment and he could start a chemical fire. I mean, it was really scary. And just from finding her on Facebook. And he's
That's
still,
insane.
to let you know, he's even come in Caitlin's chat. I think Diane Noob when
Really?
he found him on Twitch. Diane Noob ended up banning him from your channel, Caitlin.
Oh,
Because
wow.
he's been
Good.
here a few times. But yeah.
You want to give me that name so I can ban it from my
Yes.
channel too?
I will say, I'll say, is it okay to say it on stream or
No,
should I not?
I don't know if
I
it
won't.
is.
I'll
Don't give him
send
that
it.
attention.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to give him the attention. I don't want to say his name. But yeah, I'll give you guys so you guys can ban him from your channel because I don't want him bothering
Also, if
me
there's
about-
criminal records you still have of this, I'm sure you can actually like get in touch with like someone at Twitch and like get him banned from Twitch, like IP banned.
Oh, really?
yeah, there
Not
is.
that that would make
there
that
is.
much of a difference, but it might be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it shows that he came 3 times and he was going to be criminally trespassed
'Cause-
if he ever came again.
Yeah, Twitch doesn't want like stalker type behavior on their
Yeah, they
platform
don't like
either.
it.
So, and we don't like it either. So they'll take care of it.
Okay, thank
My,
you. I didn't know that.
That's
very
good to know,
helpful.
though.
That will
Very
make her
good
feel relieved. She's
I've
afraid to
had very
ban
good
him.
experience with Twitch staff. Like, they've always really helped me with stalkers and stuff, and kept me safe.
That's good to know because, like I said, she was afraid to ban him because that he might get mad at her. So
Oh, he
and
probably
and
will.
retaliate and
Yeah,
do
they're
something
crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
because he's like that.
Damn. Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised that if Twitch bans his main account, he'll make a new one with that level of nuts, to be honest.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
he
that hard to
probably
do,
will.
but it would be nice to still get him IP banned because they can see like all the accounts he's made. I know like my stalker had 30 different Twitch accounts that they all banned. Like they had to go through and ban 30 different accounts. That he had made
Wow.
that he was talking in my chat with. It was really messed up. But they take it very seriously. I heard one time that somebody came to my chat and said, "I'm going to kill you at TwitchCon," and they like monitored my chat.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
like a month and monitored
That's a
me
thing,
in real
too.
life.
Yeah, definitely.
They take like all that stuff very seriously, which
Yeah,
I was
they
really
do.
impressed with.
I had a security team at PAX West because my stalkers showed up, and yeah. And then after he threatened to kill me at the next Twitch event, so for this TwitchCon, I had the option of security team again.
Ha!
That's
Jokes
good,
on
I did
him.
too.
TwitchCon EU got canceled. Loser.
Well, also, I don't think he would kill me because he was saying he was going to shoot me, and you cannot bring a gun
Oh.
into the EU.
Oh,
So
I have a
fucking
question.
luck, buddy.
So could I contact
Yeah.
Twitch staff about him, about the guy I told you about? So
Yes.
that they could be aware of the situation
that's right.
because
Always make
I'm terrified because it's in California and that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
he is.
You might be able to get security if you...
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
ask for that. 'Cause I got security, and we had one of those situations, too. It was like someone showed up at the convention with the badge that said, "Find Amouranth," and so my
Oh my
security
god.
guard had to, like, keep me on his hip, basically, and, like, I wasn't allowed to, like, go anywhere out of his sight, even to the bathroom and stuff. It was pretty crazy.
Yep.
Did he watch you pee?
No, I mean,
Oh.
I just, until they thought the scare was over, like, for that, you know, like, the few hours, couldn't leave. It was
Okay,
crazy.
this is scary
Let's scroll
too.
down.
That stalker guy I
I'll
told
hold
you
it.
about with my. I didn't talk over you.
No, go for
That
it.
stalker I told you
No,
about
tell
with my roommate.
Mhm.
One of the scariest things he did was say he was going to take her dog so that she would have to meet him.
What the fuck?
So we never ever let our dogs go outside alone
Oh my
ever.
God,
'Cause
that's...
he's
Stalk
threatened to
me,
one of
threaten
the
me,
dogs.
threaten my pets,
Exactly.
it's over.
Threaten my baby, it's over. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
he's destroyed. But
you're
that's
gonna have to
scary.
look out, bro.
so like
Somebody
Oh,
threatens
no.
my
Watch my
cat, like
dogs
I'm
when
calling the
they're out.
bomb squad. No.
Yeah.
It seems like if I take her dog, she has to meet me.
That's so
To-
shitty. Yeah, that's insane. I've had that same fear. Well, not threatened directly, but I have had stalkers come to like my area because I used to have a PO box. That's why I shut that down. They would come to like the
Oh.
zip code of the PO box and like get a hotel
scary.
and like try to get me to come meet them. And because my dogs, you know, are known by people online, I had to keep my dogs inside, and they were on house arrest too. And like I couldn't go anywhere, and the dogs couldn't go anywhere until like the stalker
Puppy
left.
house arrest.
Didn't you have like that one guy who came because he thought you guys were married?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That stalker
Yeah,
guy.
okay.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
came from Canada and he was like, we're getting married. He was convinced. He was convinced
Did
that
he
we were going to
really
get
believe
married.
this?
Can I get him out of my country?
Yeah. It was like, you need to go. I was like,
I don't
you
want
need to
him.
go back.
Oh my
Like, what the
God.
fuck? Because he was like a viewer on Twitch. So he was like in my DMs all the time blowing it up. And that was like one of the warning signs, I guess.
They
As
always
every
do.
day he would respond in his DMs to everything I did on stream. And that's like, I do 12-hour streams. So you have to
I
have
have many
literally
people
no
like
life.
that right now.
You know?
Yep.
Wow.
Just PSA really quick. It is not
scary.
okay to message a streamer paragraphs after her stream. You can talk to her in her Twitch chat. You can be monitored by mods, but do not message us on different platforms. It's fucking disgusting, and no one
Or
likes
during
it. Like,
stream,
it's-
too.
Or the guy who
Yeah,
sat
yeah.
in your Discord critiquing everything you did
Oh,
and telling you
God.
you did shit wrong.
he still is stalking me. Like, I've banned so many of my
Oh, no.
stalkers, and they still email me, and he's like, oh yeah, I was in the hot tub today, and I was thinking about you. I know we haven't talked in a while, but I hope you're doing okay. And will message me like paragraphs, and it's like, what are you doing?
It's
Like,
too
that's
relatable.
not okay.
This is too relatable.
One
I
guy
get
sent
weird
us a
messages
bunch of
like-
presents.
I get weird messages like, I bit into a tomato and thought of you. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Okay, that's kind of flattering though. If someone suddenly thought of me, like, you wanna get married? But like, you know,
Like,
That one was
it's not
kind of
okay
like.
to like do that.
yikes.
I want to say it's
Someone
not
brought up
okay to ask a
anti-stalking
streamer out.
laws in the U.S. They only do anything if basically the stalker threatens your life or comes to harm you.
Mhm.
For example, one of my friends, I don't know if I can say her name, but she's a pretty large streamer. The only time she was able to get her stalker, who had been like sending her death notes, sending her family death notes,
Death notes. Oh
the-
god.
literally like fucked up shit all the time, like
God.
mail, online messages, like legit stuff. He finally showed up at her door with a knife, and that's when the police were like, "Okay, we'll arrest him. All right, now it's all right."
Yeah.
One of the worst messages I ever got was, hey, I found out where you live. I wasn't sure if it was really your apartment, so I got a tour of the complex to confirm, and it was.
Oh my god.
I moved after that.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
that, I'm
it's
out.
really shitty because like the law doesn't do anything for like online stalkers until they're like there in person at your house. Already maybe too late at that point. It's
Yup, the
really
person-
annoying.
It's not
That's
much
like
better
first
for
world
real life
problems.
ones, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure death threats is not a first world problem, my dude. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A guy showing up at your house with a knife.
No, the knife. Yeah, it's not really a first world problem now, is it?
Yeah, or the,
Yeah.
or my stalker
Hmm.
that showed up at an event pretending to be someone else after he threatened to kill me, and then when I wouldn't meet up with him, said he would throw himself from a balcony.
No,
where he
it's a
would
first
kill
world
me.
problem, Jenna. It's a first world problem. Just like when I can't
yeah,
find
it's
the
a first world
remote.
problem. It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
No biggie.
Yeah, just get over it, forehead.
Get strapped. I'm Canadian. What am I getting strapped with? I can't even have knives.
Really?
Do you guys have
They
any
don't allow
tips on how
knives
to
in
protect
Canada?
Your guys from stalkers.
No, most of them
Yeah.
are illegal.
That's crazy.
Y'all want to share your stalker preventative tips here?
Can't
Don't
ahead a
answer
question.
anyone.
But it's okay to answer a question. But as far as the U.S. laws go, the police don't really do a lot unless the stalker actually does something. Like they literally have to harm you first.
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
can get a restraining order, but he would just sit outside the restraining order, you know, boundaries, and go places where he could, you know, still where I would see his vehicle because he had a very recognizable vehicle. And basically not until, like she said, showing up your door with a knife, showing up to actually harm you and go through with the death threats will they actually
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
do anything other than a restraining order, sadly. And Twitch really needs to take the stalking seriously too, finding out streamers'
do.
addresses, going to their house.
Yeah.
They do.
Most definitely.
Okay. I get
I have,
worried
like,
about everybody
I
being
don't know.
protected.
I have a stalker that I think he's even bothered Nova. Yeah, he has bothered her. He's
No,
bothered
many
all of my
times,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
and
like,
he was like,
Here's Jenna's legal info, and I'm like,
Ugh.
okay, thanks. I already knew that. Like, what did you,
Yeah.
what did
like
you
thanks,
expect
I already
of
have
that?
that.
But okay.
Telling you that, like, okay, like,
No, like he
That's-
literally messaged me like her sister's name and her legal name, and it's like, I've been her best friend for a year. I already know that shit. I know where she lives. Like, what do you mean?
she's like, I know where Jenna lives. They're like, me too. It's like,
Same. Yeah, it kind of backfired on him because he would spend like every single day spamming people in my chat with my address, and then people started sending me presents.
Oh
Like
my
I got a
God.
free streaming backpack, which is like $3,000,
yeah.
and I had tons of presents started showing up just because this guy doxed me, and
Yeah.
like he stopped doxing me because I was getting prezzies at my door.
Oh my God.
He was like, fuck, didn't work.
Didn't work.
Mid, no one showed up to kill her. I can't believe that they're giving her presents instead. My plan's foiled.
foiled again, you meddling kids.
People are
Shit.
insane. I swear.
Yeah, no, good times, right?
Did you guys ever get like weird stuff in your like from presents from viewers?
Oh yeah, what's
No.
the weirdest PO box thing?
No, you have it. The weird presents that were sent to you.
Yeah.
The cards.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. So, you know how like when you get Amazon presents, you know it's from Amazon because it's like an Amazon box. Well, these were like sent from a post office. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Someone got like custom gifts. There was like 3 of them. So I open it up, and I'm like, okay, this is really weird. It was like 50 like postcards, like cards, like you open up, but they had nothing written in them. Occasionally, they would have something written to like a love letter to somebody. And then there was like one paper that was like, I love your ASMR streams. I'm such a big fan of you. And I'm like, I don't do ASMR. But like he had my name, so he knew he was writing to me. And then like said that he was just messaging me to try to get to Jenna for some reason, who doesn't do ASMR either, so I don't really get it.
It
I
was
was like, this is
Cheriset.
really
He's
bizarre.
confused.
And yeah, well, he's like, I want to have sex with you. And I'm like, okay, well, weird. And then I open the next one up. I'm no joke, like 50 cards, by the way. I open the next one up. It's the same thing. It's like 50 cards with like Pokemon cards that are kind of
Forget me
sticky,
not
like mixed
cards.
in between. It was
They're
really,
sticky.
really weird.
What the heck?
Third one I open up, I'm like, all right, this has got to be something different, right? It's a box. It says proposal box. Okay, so this is this man's proposal to me. So I open it up. Let's give this guy a chance. Let's see how he's proposing. It's sunglasses, like white generic sunglasses wrapped in like tinfoil. Okay. Church bell Christmas ornament. It's like a church, like a physical church. Okay. Child's bath bombs, like literally Disney bath bombs.
How could you say no?
A packet
Was
of
he
oatmeal,
12?
single
I don't
packet
know.
of
Or maybe
oatmeal.
9. Maybe he was 9.
And I was like, so I threw it away. I kept the soap though. He gave me some soap, and I was like, all right, I can fucking use some soap. But you know, like I'm never gonna use to wash my hands anyways. But but I threw it all away, and then I messaged him an email, and I just said why. That was all I said in the email because we just wanted to know. Like our chat and I were confused. We wanted to know, so I said why, and he said like 16 fucking emails. No joke, 16 emails with paragraphs. I showed Jenna all this. His whole master plan about how he was trying to get to me to get to Jenna because he's actually in love with Jenna, and how he wants to have sex with me, and he thinks it's very offensive that I threw away the oatmeal because it's not poison. It would have been totally okay for me to eat. And he's offensive because he spent money. Oh yeah, there was also like weird like $5 like Bed Bath and Body kits or something, but they were like off-brand Walmart versions that I threw away.
Oh,
And he got
God.
really offended because he's like, I spent like $17 on this entire package and you threw it away. I swear it wasn't poison. I was just trying to win you over because I want you to be my wife to get to Jenna so I can marry her because she's in Canada and I live in Florida and I need a
What?
visa. And it was like a whole thing. There were 16 fucking emails. Like, it was like the whole
It was
thing.
bad.
It was really bad.
It was
Jenna
bad.
never reading it, just like,
Was he 9?
I got through like 2 emails.
it
and
was
then I like,
overnight
okay.
too. 16 emails overnight, and it wasn't just like one word, they were like paragraphs.
And none
It
of them
took me
made
like
sense.
20 minutes to read all of it.
One
What
kept
the
saying
heck?
like get rich money or something and stuff. It was like
Yeah, his way of typing was really weird. He used like money signs sometimes. It would be like, get rich, money. Like, he would say really weird things like mid-email, out of place for no fucking reason. It was the weirdest emails, and then it like got on Dexter because it was really weird. It was a whole thing.
What the heck? That's
Yeah,
so
That
creepy.
was the weirdest P.O. Box stuff I got.
He was probably 9. His $17 is a lot. And he's not like in a foreign country or something, you know, where like he knows
Well,
like the
he sent me like his stuff where he works, like literally like flyers from his work and like his business card and like his phone number, everything. Like I had it all.
That's crazy though. He's It's like, I want to marry
Imagine.
you. $17 is a
It
lot
was-
though.
it
Good
was
luck
not
affording
me,
a
Jenna.
wife. Good luck.
But Jenna's too good for him. Her ASMR streams are too good, so I'm
yeah,
his
they're
second
just too
choice.
good.
Yeah.
My ASMR streams are me watching Ammo.
True.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
ASMR streams are
True.
listening days like you swallow pasta.
You just like stream yourself reacting to my ASMR. You're like,
That would I don't know, dude. I just fall asleep though.
sleeping
Yes.
stream.
I never got any bad packages because at the beginning I did set up like a PO box because people wanted to send me stuff like to help with my streaming. So luckily I didn't get anything bad, just nice things. But later I decided not to have a wish list, not to keep it going because I was afraid to possibly open something that I wouldn't want to see.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
put
I've
it
done that.
way,
Yep.
You know?
Did you ever get like sex toys or something in the mail?
Yes.
Really?
I got a dragon, and it's so ridiculous that there was no way anybody who has like a normal human anatomy could use it.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
can
No
only
one
be used as a
said
weapon.
that.
Are you sure it was the dragon themselves sending
Dragon
it?
dildo to you? Oh my god.
They sent that, and they're like, "I got this made of the same size as
Oh.
me," and I'm like, "This is no,
Fake out.
like this
Oh,
is
fake out.
ridiculous." Like now I know
Yeah.
it's probably like he's probably half the size.
He's probably like, I have 2 inches.
They
but
do
it's
make
same
the
size.
micro sizes that are like this big. I have like a bunch of them because they sent them to me one time. But like, they do make these sizes. That'd be more accurate to him. He should have sent you those. Those are actually fun.
True.
You can put them on your
But no,
shelves.
this was the guy who was like this guy was crazy too. Who did this? He would do like. He would send it and then be like, I got this made the same length as me, and this thing this thing is like this big and it's this big around, and I'm like, you motherfucker, no it's not, because no one can fit that in them. All you can do is
Yeah.
throw it at somebody. If you were getting robbed like down my balcony, since I have like a 2-story
seen
house.
it.
Okay,
I
I'm
might
dying.
actually
head.
scare them away. If
hold
I
on,
had
since-
a giant dragon dildo thrown at me, I'd be like, fuck.
Since I can't like see you live, I'm watching your stream on the side, and I'm just seeing you go like. Like it's really
huge.
weird watching it delayed. Like on
That's
the
so funny.
context.
The delay, yeah, for doing just we're in the stream. But yeah, oh my gosh, no, but it was excessive. It had like fake dragon jizz bottles too, and like a
Yeah.
tube for it, and it's like, well, who would you? Why? This has to be like a joke. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there who does use it, but I just can't even like fathom that.
I just don't know
Everyone
how
just
we get
like just now opened a new tab and is like rapidly searching like.
I used to be sponsored by them, so
Eh.
I have a few products, but I do not use them because they're weird.
Oh my god, no. This
I'm
guy
good.
was weird though. He would
I just think they're
he's told me
pretty.
he had like an important job, like finding disease cures research job, and he showed up at PAX South also and was like mad that I wasn't there even though I said I wasn't going to go, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were just saying that. I thought you were going to go though." And I was like, "No." And then he also was like saying I was living with train wrecks because of the shape of my door. And I'm like,
What?
what the fuck are you? He's like, you moved in the train wrecks. That's the same door. I'm like, oh,
You know what?
a white door.
Whenever he goes to the bathroom, he's probably actually just going and conversing with you secretly.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, having like a
People
plot
are
twist.
crazy.
Yup.
I don't know. But yeah, that was the guy who sent me the dragon. Yep.
all
my
doors
God.
are made for one house.
Yeah.
Everyone has a specific door.
Ridiculous. I don't know. People are crazy, man.
Oh my god, Jenna. You almost have the same door I do. Are you living in my house?
Oh my
I'm
god.
actually in the garage
Oh my.
this
Dang.
entire time.
True. Actually, not false.
Not wrong.
It looks just like a door on every house in my neighborhood. Are we neighbors? What the fuck?
You know what? Maybe Jenna lives with train wrecks. How do we know?
Oh shit!
How
Who
do-
knows?
Do we know?
Who knows?
The plot thickens.
You have windows and carpet? Are you in the same house?
Oh my god, I have a windows and carpet. Oh.
Oh my god. I don't know.
And it's sunny where you are.
You
And
know,
it's
your wall's the
sunny.
same colors as mine, too.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Damn.
You know what?
Oh my god, mine is too. Mine is literally the same color, and my door looks like just like Jenna's. It just has a different.
Okay,
We
we
could all
don't
be in
really
the same
are,
house.
though,
The same
so
house.
You're not trying to fool anybody. You live in my house. Yeah. We're in the same room.
Except Kate has the best room. She's in the throne with all the beautiful, curtains behind her.
I think somebody asked, like, why do you guys get all these crazy people? I think, honestly, not all of Twitch is crazy people. I don't think everyone in chat is crazy. I think that the ones who become obsessed with people tend to be the ones that can't, like, distinguish, like, between, like, in real life relationship and, like, watching someone online or being a fan of someone online or even being, like, online friends. They, like, can't take that apart from, like, having real life relationships. And it's for that reason that they are so isolated to the computer because they're not socially adequate to be out in the real world. They're on the computer all the time because that's their only option, and that's where they feel like they get the most attention from because they're probably a little bit off in real life and no one else like really wants to associate with them. So I don't think everyone in chat is crazy, but I do think the crazies stick to Twitch like glue because it's the most social attention that they get anywhere. And so it becomes like an addiction for them, and they have that psychological problem where they can't distinguish between what's real and what's like watching a stream.
Exactly.
I have a question. Would you guys ever date somebody that watches your stream?
Would I date them or have I? What did you say?
Would you ever date someone that watches your stream, or have you?
I haven't before, but I don't know. Like, I feel like it depends the level, right? If they're like one of my obsessors who's like commenting to me every moment that I'm on my stream and my DMs, hell no. But
Yeah.
if they just watched my stream and like knew who I was, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's like a big
I
turn off for
haven't,
me. I
but-
specifically say like I will not date somebody if they watch my stream. It like, makes me uncomfortable because I've had exes in the past like watch my VODs and then be like, "Oh, you said this, but you told me this," and like cross check.
Oh, that's
everything
weird.
I say.
Oh yeah, there's definitely exceptions if they're
Or they'll be
fucking
like, "Oh,
crazy.
you talked to this person at stream. What do you like them or something?" And I'm just like, "Okay."
No, I don't think everyone who watches your stream would be like that you could potentially meet because there's so many people. There's some people who lurk too. They could watch you and you wouldn't even know because they never said anything because they're fucking
True.
like,
They normally lurk.
Yeah. They could be like the most adjusted person and just like know who you are on stream. I think there's exceptions though, It's like I think it's a case by case basis of like depends. How do they react to it,
True.
In that case it would be like you're psycho. Insecure.
Yeah.
All those things.
I don't know. The guy I was dating for a long time, when we started dating, he just stopped watching my stream. I was like, nice.
Well, it's because
Okay.
I just like people getting to know me for me, if we're like hanging out. Like, don't get to know me through my stream where I'm like, being extra and stuff and making jokes. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, did you
That's
guys want
true.
a weird dating experience by chance?
Go ahead.
Oh, you already know it, Nova.
You know what? No, I don't. Never mind. I don't want it anymore. Thanks for asking.
A
Alright,
weird
next.
one.
Okay, so I got on a date with a guy. He's in the Twitch community, that's all I'll say.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we okay. So I meet him, he seems really nice.
Oh,
First
boy.
time we meet, he tries to kiss me, and I literally look at him with a glare and I say, "Sit back down." Anyway, he sits back down. And moving forward, we talk more. It's great talking all this stuff. And then I come back out to hang out with Nova, and well, basically we start finding out things are a little weird. And by like a little weird, he was like talking about trying to move in with me within like 2 weeks of knowing me. We weren't even dating yet.
So where'd you meet this guy?
Just trying to pressure me to do some drugs.
Where did you meet this guy?
And
Oh, I just realized who you're talking about. It took me like way too long to
Yeah,
realize.
yeah.
And then you're talking about someone else.
no! And so, yeah.
Don't forget the I love you part.
Oh no, we'll get there. Within
Okay.
the same week I'm there, we start hanging out and we're chilling, it's fine. I come back, Nova and I have a fucking war room conversation, okay? I find out basically he was like mucho not nice to his exes.
Ooh.
And by mucho not nice, like mucho bad.
Ooh.
And like verbally abusive Andy. And
Oh no.
and then I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. I was curious. I went over to his house again, and we were chilling, and I was laying on the couch with him, and he looks at me, and he's like, "I love you." And I was like, "No, you don't." Because this is within 2 weeks of even knowing I exist.
Wait, where did you meet this guy first? I missed it.
A place.
A place.
I'm not gonna go into details
Oh.
here 'cause I don't want to expose.
Can you put it in our Discord chat just so like I know because I.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you who it is. Just give me.
Yeah,
a minute.
it's
Okay.
kind of obvious. I'll be honest.
And so he tells me he loves me, and I'm like, no, you don't. And I go back to Nova's basically immediately. And then I'm like, bro, we never talking to him again. And that was that. Oh yeah, he also told me when my friend was having a mental breakdown over an ex that I need to turn on notifications and not ignore him because it makes him uncomfortable. And that when we
Yeah.
start dating, I need to have notifications for him.
But it wasn't just
my
like
phones
that.
have notifications.
It gets worse. He would message me because Jenna
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
responding to him and be like, "What are you guys doing today? Are we gonna hang out?"
Oh my
Jenna's not
god.
responding. "Are we hanging out?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you know what? Just kind of feeling sick today. We're gonna stay in bed all day." And he's like, "You know what? That's lame. You know what? Just come out anyways. Like stop lying," and like really crazy stuff. And I was just like,
And then
I'm
he
like
messaged
cringing for you.
another
Like,
streamer who's both Nova and I's friend. And he's
It was
like,
bad.
"Can you wingman Jenna for me?"
Oh wow.
So she messages me not knowing, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna talk."
Oh god. Why are people so obsessive? I don't
keep in mind, this is only like a week or two after knowing this guy. It's not like they've been dating long term and like he slowly revealed his like crazy tendencies. This is like immediately.
Within like
Which
less
is like
than
a
month.
huge red flag, because like, how is he when you actually start dating him and get to know him? You know, like if this is already after a week, like
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like I
Have you
remember
guys
as a
ever
kid, I would hear like a stereotypical like girls are so clingy, they're so needy and stuff, and I'm like, no, it's just a person thing. It doesn't, regardless of gender. There is
Oh,
clinginess.
and then I told him he was manipulating me. And I get that he says this. In my mind, it's not manipulation, and so it's not manipulation.
oh, don't forget the one line he called you to.
Oh yeah, I'm an investment because I'm so wise at 20 years old. By the time I'm 27, I'll be like, I'm a good investment basically. He thought I'd be super smart by that age, and therefore I'm a
You're
good
not smart
investment
yet?
now. I don't know. I apparently
Who
really
calls
smart
somebody
for
an
20, so-
investment?
That's so
I'm an
fucked up.
So weird.
So I mean,
That's fucked.
I
It's so
kind of.
dehumanizing. You're not an investment. You're a person. Like what the fuck?
You know, you can make some fatty cash off of me.
Gotta invest in them while they're young, huh?
Here's who we're
The more
talking
shameless,
about,
the
by
better
way.
the
If
investment, you know?
You ever wonder, Ammo?
Oh, that guy.
See, doesn't that explain a lot all of a
It
sudden?
does, because that
You're just
same
like, oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that same guy. He had invited me to like do a collab stream, you know? And I was like, can't you, if it was a, yeah. And I was like, no, I don't think so. It's like, can't you drive here? It's like, no, I didn't want to do that either. I was like, he wanted me to come to him. And then at one point he tweeted something that made it really awkward.
Oh boy.
He said I wanted to fuck a girl in a Tracer costume, and at the time I was the only one who was cosplaying Tracer, and I'm like, this is awkward. That was like semi like well known on Twitch, and I'm like, ooh, yikes.
We got
That's
some
gonna be no
tweeted
for
about
me.
too.
And I'm
we were
like,
just kind of like, weird.
oh, yeah,
Nice.
that guy.
Huh. So, anyways,
Yeah, so it looks like we all had some strange experience with said streamer. Moving forward.
Yep. Strange. Oh man. So have you guys ever had dates at like TwitchCon or anything with streamers?
you know what? Somebody actually said they're gonna take me on a date. They bought me a rose, and they never took me on a date. And I found out they're buying roses for, like other girls at TwitchCon, and I was like,
Oh.
Oh
I
my
thought
god.
it was special, you know? He got me a rose.
Wow.
You
What about
know-
other girls' roses too?
Pepe hands.
Wow. That's a bitch move.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's a
maybe he was confused like the 9-year-old who thought you did ASMR, you know, maybe he just got
I guess
confused.
he had to give roses to all the girls. And
He's
eventually
like,
when
one of
started-
them has to be, and then he just
I'm
missed.
gonna call him out. I'm gonna name drop. It was Nesty.
Oh
Alright,
shit!
Fucking nasty.
It was Nesty.
Rude.
Nesty played me like a fool.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't get
Called
a
out.
rose.
Called
didn't get a rose?
out.
I did
That
not.
does make me feel better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't get a rose either, for the record.
Yeah, it
you
was
go.
just me, except it wasn't. It was other girls too, but that's fine.
I feel like I have gotten flowers somewhere. Where did I get flowers at?
Nestle.
I don't remember. Was that was that a different TwitchCon?
I've never gotten flowers before.
Wow, it's okay. They just die anyways. I mean, they're already dead, so it's kind of a lame present.
I don't like
get
flowers. I really don't.
Get someone like a house plant that's still alive. Why would you get them something that's already dead? Like, it's so depressing.
My sister got me a cactus once, and I killed it.
Wow. Why'd you
I
kill
didn't
it? It's
mean
really
to, I
mean.
just-
I'm gonna report you to the authorities.
Do it.
Murdered a cacti.
I did.
Yeah, I'm the
Cold-blooded.
same way. Are there things though that you would say are your love language that the girl that you would really like if a guy gave you or did something for you?
Like what we would like if a guy did.
Yeah, like love language. Some people have like for gifts. They like certain things.
Be
or some
there in
people
my
like
life.
cooking.
You know, anything.
Food.
Food.
Take what I can get.
I'm the same way.
You
I
showed
love
up at
food.
my
Human
house and was like,
contact.
Here is pizza, and here is my cuddling body. I'd be like, all right, we're getting married.
Wait, you
Aw,
said just somebody?
cuddling with
Please don't say
pizza.
that
No,
just in
no,
case
no,
the
no, no,
stalker
no, no,
shows
no.
up. Like that'd be kind of weird.
So what? But what if he
Pizza
just
and
opens the
food.
box and then there's no pizza, but there is pepperoni or sausage? And
I
meat
would
lovers.
probably
If it's
kick him out
pepperoni,
if there's
I'd be kinda
just
confused.
meat in the box and no pizza.
I'd be like, I'm a vegan.
like, how dare
You
you?
haven't paid attention. Get out. I would have sucked your dick, but you didn't pay attention enough.
It's like, how dare you?
Draw the line there. Dick in a box, yeah. Make it a vegan pizza. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like brat
You just look at it like,
box and
I
there's, like,
hate
some
meat
Dijon
lovers, and you
mustard,
slam the door. How dare you?
I'm a vegan.
How
Closes the
do you,
door,
bitch?
goes out and grazes in the yard.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Go chew
Oh
on
my
some grass.
god. That's insane.
it's
Oh,
all-
another question was like, what's been like some of the weirdest comments that you get, maybe like on Instagram or something? Do you ever get really weird ones?
Wait, Amouranth, you know this one. We're in a shared group chat right now with like 20 other e-girls, so this guy is like spam messaging about his day and his life. He just added me to it. Immediately I blocked him, but he just added me and he's like, "Hi ladies, I just wanted to introduce Nobu to you. I said really mean things to her on my schizophrenic like rant, but I deleted everything now and I've added her a group so I can keep you guys all informed of my life."
What
you'll
the
probably like
fuck?
it. Like Alinity's in it, you're in it, I'm in it.
Am
Pretty
I
sure
in
Jenna's in it? Yeah, you're in it.
I didn't even know. Hold on, now I
We're
have to go
all in
look.
it.
Wait.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
like
I'm
a
not
group
familiar.
chat with like 20 e-girls, and he literally just writes the most mundane stuff. He's like, "Yeah, went for a walk today. It was pretty nice. Was thinking about you, Amaranth.
What
Your-
the
your
fuck?
golden
Where
hair."
is
Like,
this? This is
it's
content.
so creepy.
How long ago
But
was
there's
this?
like hundreds of messages. It's not just like a couple. Like this is hundreds.
How long
And it's been
ago
going
was
on
this?
for a while.
On Discord?
I blocked him. Where's my phone?
Is this Discord?
No, it's Instagram.
Oh.
Insta.
Oh, that's why. I have my
You
messages.
probably get too many messages to see it.
Yeah, I was like, I have not seen
I've
this.
never seen
Mrs.
it.
Popular over here.
Yeah, good luck. That is so
Okay,
crazy,
I have
though.
one right now from the 14th. Okay.
Yikes. Okay.
He says, "Wife forever, please." Dot
Say
dot
yes. Take what
dot.
you
10
get.
very thick, all caps by the way, throbbing inches deep inside your delicious
What
body.
the fuck?
Dot dot dot.
I don't know if we can
You
talk
going
about
to
that with
pass that
children
up
around.
inside you a few times a day for life, all
3
caps
inches?
slash wife.
3 inches.
What the
And I will show what he looks like because he is a public
Oh.
profile and it won't show his name. He looks
Okay.
like this.
I can't see that.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Oh, so he's older. He's an older gentleman.
he's a much older gentleman. And then he continues on to send me drawings, not photos, of girls with big cocks inside of them.
What the fuck?
And yeah, it was really really weird. And then he says down below of these images that I can't show on stream. Eat your sweet pussy, all caps by the way, for years. All right. Lick and tongue fuck your delicious
I'm gonna
ass.
be
All
honest.
caps by the way.
What
Say yes.
the
This is a deal
fuck?
you can't pass down. He's gonna do it for years.
I need
Very
ear
thick
soap.
I
throbbing
can't even get a
images.
man to do it for 5 minutes. You might as well
But
just say yes.
Guys, it gets better.
For
Very
years?
thick, throbbing inches in 3 holes a day. You know, a few times a day, every day.
3 holes.
3 holes.
Damn.
But little does he know I have IBS, and if you put it in my 3rd hole, I would shit everywhere.
What the fuck?
That's a fact.
Why
I
are...
know from experience.
And these are messages we're reading from a guy. This is what a guy is saying.
Yeah.
We're not, just for context, we're not, like, saying this to you guys in chat if you're just walking in. We're reading from... We are sharing our experiences of what it's like to be a online female and having weird-ass messages for educational purposes only.
I had one of the trickster ones, you know, that you get where it's somebody telling me that they have something they want to show me.
Oh no, I hate that. And then it's like a blurred picture.
Layout, and
then it's their
you know,
dick.
they had some emotes, and yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
We've all had that.
Oh my god. I'm gonna just go ahead and in my settings make my channel 18 plus for today. Just
Probably a good idea. I'll
just in
be honest
case.
with you.
Just in
Yeah.
case. I normally don't have talks, but since we're going to some fun juicy places today, let's
Fun
Go
and
The
juicy.
DMs.
yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Just a little bit.
The people that are walking in going, what's going on in here?
What the fuck? I need... There we go. Maturity filter for today. Okay, there we go.
Yay!
My favorite game is like when I get really bored, I'll go through my Instagram DMs, and you know how it like blurs the picture? I'm always like, is it a dick pic or is it not? Like I always play a game with myself where I try to guess. Normally I can tell, but like I count up points, you know, I'm like how many times I can get it right. If I know it's a dick pic or not.
Yeah.
This one time, I got a Snapchat of a guy, his pee-pee,
Oh
but it
no.
was literally all just gland.
Oh my
It
god.
was just gland. Like, normally I'm disgusted, but instead I just started laughing, because all there was balls and gland. There's no shaft.
What the fuck?
Ugh.
It was a full-on micro he had sent me, and I hate the look of penises, but this just, it was comical.
Didn't you tell me one time that you actually had... We were talking about this when I was doing ASMR. That you had an experience with a...
With the
Was it a
small
micro or
pee-pee.
just... Would you consider that micro or just
It was
short?
like 3.5.
What? I don't know what's considered micro.
Micro
I have
is like...
experience with that too.
Mine
No.
was like the size of a baby carrot, like literally. That's what,
Dude, it was
that's what
literally
it's really
just
like.
glands. There was no shaft.
But it's
Okay, wait, if a girl says all when she looks at it, it's probably too small.
Oh, it's like a baby elephant. It's like a...
Oh, that's cute.
It's like an elephant fetus. It's cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. What about you, Cheriset? Have you had any experience with
Micro
like really
experiences?
awkward dick pics or something like that? What do you get in your DMs?
Well, yeah, I can tell you a really awkward story to where I was streaming and was saying I wanted chocolate, and I had checked my DMs before
Oh,
my roommate
no.
closed them all for me, and somebody said,
Oh.
"Here's your chocolate with cream filling,"
Oh,
and it was
Oh.
an African American man who had just finished. So yeah, that was.
you know those are always
I-
the worst chocolates in the chocolate box too. The cream
Yeah,
filled
I-
ones.
I didn't
That's
ask
what I
for
would have
that.
thought at first, and then I would have been like, "Holy shit, no!"
Why did I click on it? I'm just like I stupid. I was stupid to click on it.
Sometimes you just gotta know, you know? Just gotta know.
I was new, and it was like
Boy.
Yeah.
it's kind of funny, but not, you know.
It's just really,
Yeah.
I would not have known what he meant if I was like before I started streaming and stuff, because I grew up very sheltered, and so like I would have been like, what is he talking about? And I would have like envisioning a chocolate box in my head, and then I'd be like, the horror.
God.
Yeah, I learned quickly to
Me
turn
too,
off my
that's what it
DMs.
was like.
You learned very quickly.
I very quickly learned to disable whispers. You just don't even check stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when people like message me creepy shit while I'm streaming. Like I can't. Like stop.
Yeah, that
Ugh.
happens a lot. I have to mute people's conversations because it'll just keep like dinging my Discord, like
Yeah, and it's
during
like,
my stream,
Why
and I'm
don't
like,
just turn
who do you
on
think you
all of them
are?
across the board?
yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know how people
'Cause,
like they just think it's a
almost-
one-on-one conversation or something. I don't know.
But it's not just that. They message like really creepy stuff, and it's like, who are you? Like, why?
Yes. And
You
on
wouldn't
some
say this to
level,
a person in
I
real
have
life,
to.
hopefully.
Yeah, on some level, I have to think these guys actually think they're giving compliments and that they're flattering girls. Because I feel like a lot of them, they're so, like, deprived and so, I guess, thirsty that they would love if a girl said the same things to them. Like, the same types of things. So I feel like to them, they're actually seeing it as genuine compliments because they would, that's like their dream. But
Yeah,
I
Alright,
don't
I'll
think
answer
they're...
that guy saying I'll give him 10 throbbing inches.
Yeah, well, I
my
mean, you know what I mean.
God.
Like put your throbbing inches or whatever. Like they would love if a girl talked like in that manner to them. And I don't think that they understand that girls typically don't work that way. You know?
Yeah.
Will you hate me if I leave?
No?
I have to get stuff done because it's already 4 p.m. and I woke up 2 hours ago. Like, I literally rolled out of bed, put on clothes, and came on the podcast. Like, I haven't done anything to start my day yet.
Oh, it's
so-
okay. You can step out if you want. If you need to go, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, get ready for my day and, like, do some errands I gotta do before I stream. So, thank you for
She
inviting me to the
actually wants
podcast,
to
though.
nap.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey,
Thanks
hey,
for coming.
stop!
Maybe
Don't try
maybe
to
another
out me
time
like
you'll
that.
get to be on for the whole thing. We'll see.
Nap time.
Yeah, no worries.
It's my nap time.
If you need to.
No, but thank you for having me. This was really fun. Hopefully make this a regular thing because this is cool.
Yeah, I plan to. I
Thank you
plan
for
to do
doing
this
this.
weekly too.
We need
so.
more girl podcasts.
If you guys like this kind of stuff, we're not done with this today, but I don't think, unless they all leave me. But remember to join Discord. I put notifications and stuff when I go live every day. And yeah, we've been playing it's a weekly thing. I don't know if the
Great.
title will change. I was thinking of something like slide right in to like like slide into this chat and slide into the DMs. You know, something fun to play on. But I
Slide
don't know.
right on in here.
Something welcoming.
Bye. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, bye Nova.
Thank you
Thanks for joining
having me.
us.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no!
Another one goes.
Dirt. It's okay. I'll
And
just adjust
then-
this.
There was 2. Well, technically 3, but you're the host.
What
so-
happened? So
I have to get her over here. Haha! I found you.
Oh yeah, the layout died.
Yeah, the
So-
layout gets ruined when somebody leaves the Discord because I'm screen capturing it.
Does that mean I get to be big now?
Yeah, you get to be big now. You've always wanted to be big. I know.
Always, you know, the bigger the better.
Do you find that truth to
No! No, I've heard some horrifying stories.
I do not. I can speak for the whole size doesn't when they say size doesn't matter, you know, and people worrying about their weenuses being too small, that being too big is not a good thing. I can just tell you that.
It's bad.
It's bad.
My friend, he's like 8 inches, and I'm in like a group chat, so they talk about this stuff.
Oh my god.
And so he like, and I've talked to his girlfriends. He like, quote unquote, breaks them in, and it takes like 2 weeks for them to get used to
What the
having
fuck?
sex with him.
Yeah, that's what it's like with the guy with a really big one.
Yeah, I realized right there that I had a phobia of men with large penises.
But all you guys out there don't think that girls don't want you because you don't have a huge pee-pee. That's
Probably
not
not true.
always a great thing. But it's not
It
always a
just
bad
sounds
thing for guys to
painful.
do. I mean, maybe they just have to have a different technique, you know?
It honestly sounds. I don't know. It's. I don't have much experience. Like I've only like been all the way with like one guy because I haven't dated for like a long time with streaming. It's just too much. But I don't have much experience. So like for me, just remembering what it was like with that person, I feel like how did girls do it when guys are like, I have 12 inches. They're like, boom, and they send a dick pic. I'm like,
Cut out.
how is that appealing? That sounds terrifying, like a weapon. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I'm just like I'm scared of that too a little bit. I'm like, I mean, I guess in theory, like stuff expands because how else would babies be born if
Yeah.
Hull couldn't expand? But like just thinking about it, I'm like, oh god, that sounds like a nightmare. I don't know.
No, mm-mm. No, What is your story about, Jenna? I already explained my story. I've never encountered a large PP, and I haven't slept with that many people. I just slept with like the same guy a lot because dating for a long time.
Yeah,
I
same.
guess I have experience in that area, but
I don't know. Yeah, so
I've only
none of
slept
us
with
know.
3 and
I
haven't
learned
dated in a
from my
while.
friend JCG that anything past 7 inches is the no-go zone, and I will believe Jay forever. No-go zone, 7+. Sorry, everyone who's beyond that, I literally am terrified. I was gonna date this guy recently, who's like in the 8 range, and I should have told him that I'm scared of his penis.
Yeah, I feel that. On the bright side, though, guys, you know, if you feel like your member is too big and women are scared of you, just gain weight, and then your penis shrinks.
Yeah.
It's
There's
true.
actually something called berry dick syndrome. And so basically when you're overweight, the fat like absorbs your dick. And so technically if your member is like way too big and you're like, you could just gain weight. Yeah. I mean, it's not a good thing, but yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Or since you made it 18 and over, you could be on top and kind of control how much you want, you know?
I don't know.
Know what I mean?
about
Like,
that.
That too.
I can say I speak from experience that there are ways to make it less awkward.
I don't know. It depends
I
on the
don't want
girth.
guys that, like,
It's like the length you can
have a big
adjust,
member
but the
to feel,
girth
like, bad.
you can't really do anything for. You know?
That's gonna take so much effort. Like,
Yeah.
your thighs are gonna be burning to death.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's good exercise.
It's true.
True, but
It's good exercise.
I mean,
Really good exercise.
I the whole time I don't think I could do it. I'm into like dual effort, and
It's like going to the gym
No.
twice in one day. It's like,
Love this fierce
yeah,
creativity.
it would be. I mean, at one point I was having so much sex that I actually lost like 5 pounds. That was pretty cool.
there you go.
Okay.
And no, apparently, like, it's also good for your skin, you know?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, No Farood just left us, guys, so some of you might be seeing her thumbnail. Please go give her a follow. Go follow her on her social media, too. Shout out to her. You can tag her in the chat mods so people can link her channel. Go follow her. It's Novaruu, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, go check her out. She's cool. We'll have her back next time, maybe. If she's available. But, yeah, I've heard that actually having sex, I've read that, too, can
Yep.
have a benefit on your overall health, like your skin, your hair, your complexion can make you look more like glowing, as they say. Like it's good for you.
It releases happy chemicals.
If
in the brain.
it's satisfying sex, that is. If
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
satisfying,
yeah.
then not so much. But
It's also great for stress. It really is. It's great for stress.
I mean, you also don't need to have sex to get basically relief from stress. You can technically just do it yourself.
yeah, that too. If you play better alone, you do you.
Yeah. Yeah. 5'3". Oh no, I'm the tall one here. I'm like 5'8".
Oh yeah, Jenna's tall. That's another thing. How have you had experiences with guys, and does height come into play?
Okay, height kind of comes into play because I am very submissive in bed, and I actually was talking about this with Lumi when we were talking about sociology and stuff. Like, I think society's kind of made me see taller guys or guys around like the same height as mine that are more dominant and more manly. Even though that's like not true, but that's like kind of how it's been drilled. And so I find guys who are taller than me or the same height my thing. They're my thing. She likes being choke chat. One more thing. If you're not choking your girl in bed, I'm not saying like make her suffocate. You're probably the most vanilla person in this chat room. Cause what the fuck else are you doing, dude? Are you just sitting there like watching her when you're on like?
I have never. I mean, I don't have experience,
her
but
a beautiful, sweet, nice woman, and then getting the Bible out, like, dude, bitch, if you're not choking me, you're literally doing nothing. You're just sitting there. Staring.
I have never had that desire, Jenna. Are you sure that's not just?
No.
I've never been like choke me. That's like.
It's not like choke. You just put like the hand around the neck.
I'm
You don't have to
submissive, but
fucking
I've never
knock her
tried it.
out. trust.
Maybe I'm too alpha for that. I feel like, are you trying
Might be
to handle me like a dog right now? I'm not your bitch, you know? I'm like, because I'm used to like getting the dogs, and I'm like, let's go outside, get another collar. I would just be like,
Well,
what the
not
fuck
always.
are you doing?
I'm into role play, so it's not always that way, but I prefer it.
I wear a
think-
choker.
I
It's
think
for
if you're more of a
aesthetics. It doesn't
dominant
mean anything
woman,
beyond
you probably
that.
wouldn't want to do that.
I don't want your hand to choke me. Only my necklace can.
And no choking. That's the no go for me.
Yeah, not
Guy
really
puts
that.
his hand on my throat to choke me, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah, I would say like my only, I guess, kink, and it's not really even that crazy. I'm a pretty like open person, but I would say like cosplay is really cool too. Like a little bit of role play cosplay. That's always fun.
That's,
You know?
that's what I mean by role playing, like dress up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. That's fun.
I like getting in lingerie and surprising my significant other.
Oh, is it
That's
a
what I
surprise
think.
because you're wearing stuff as opposed to like not wearing anything, or is you just
Yeah.
mean like, oh, okay.
So like this one time actually, well, this is a really sad story, and it wasn't that long ago actually. I got in lingerie, all black lingerie, super nice stuff, like epic outfit. I put on my long jacket, okay, and I tie it up, and I get in the Uber, go over to said boyfriend's house. I go into the basement where his bedroom is, and I drop the jacket while he's turned away, and he turns around and he just looks at me and he's like, nice. And then he continued to put his Game Boy charger into seeing if it would fit with the Game Boy Advance. And then he said, I'm making craft dinner, I need to go upstairs. And he went upstairs and left me in the basement in full black lingerie.
It's like
So
that
I sat
classic
in bed
meme.
for like 5 minutes and realized that I was actually just denied for a Game Boy and craft dinner. And so I went and took off the lingerie and went to bed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is like the typical meme you see where the girl is like naked on the bed, and then the guy is just like, I can't pause my game. He's like,
Uh-huh. No, that would have been fine. I would have got it. I just got on top of him while he finished the game, but he
Right.
didn't even touch me. He didn't even kiss me. He just walked away.
that's so sad. I'm gonna hug
I
you
had
now.
a similar experience with a guy being addicted to a video game because that's how we met. But when he did that to me, I just went into the bedroom and took care of myself. So very loudly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, and he didn't understand what he did wrong either, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
funny though. Like, I can't believe, like, I don't think in the moment it would be funny, but like looking back on it, like, I can't believe that's actually happened to people. I thought that was
I
just
think
like a
you
nerd
did. I
joke
couldn't
online.
hear you for that whole sentence.
That's insane. That has actually happened before.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
It sucks. It really does.
That's amazing. Oh
Dude,
man.
Mac and cheese more important than me in lingerie. I
Hey,
get
mac
it.
and
I
cheese
really
is a
do.
very serious thing, you know?
It's serious.
He had to go and
very
swallow that whole. He had to.
Don't. Mm-mm.
That's why you see girls like break guys' PlayStations and stuff like that. But see, I would never do something like that because
Why
I'm a
would you do
gamer
that?
myself, and that's so like cruel to
That's
like destroy
insane.
somebody's
Yeah,
property
that's
and
crossing the
and
line.
Go delete their character or something like that.
Oh
like, to
yeah, no,
delete
that's
their-
like part of their identity. That's
I would never
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
But that's why you see that because girls have had experiences where guys totally ignore them over video games.
yeah, that's
Oh boy.
crazy. I don't know. I
Why
feel
would
like people.
anyone do that?
That's
Like,
sometimes.
that doesn't even
Sometimes
make
for
sense.
guys.
Why would you not just leave the guy?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. Like sometimes for guys though, especially like video game is just like how they relax. Because let's face it, and that's for girls too. But I mean, like in this situation where the guy is like really into his game over the girl, it's very therapeutic to have some kind of type of world you can just escape into that you don't have to worry about the problems of life, job, stress, whatever. Like even if you have like relationships or trying to date the drama of that, so you can just escape into that character. And for you to like, for any woman to just delete that when they leave is crazy. You were like robbing him of all of his like past memories and hard work that he spent writing that character and like free time. And you're just like basically like stealing a part of his life and identity. and like
I don't know, if someone did
ability
a
to
drop
relax.
party on my RuneScape character, they'd die.
Yeah, see,
I would-
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, somebody deleted my Final Fantasy 14 character, they would die too.
Yeah.
Slow.
I have one bill on my account, and I will not be skamazed
No,
by a
not
significant
no.
other.
Oh yeah,
No.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I used to grind out the RuneScape too. I would like it
Yeah.
more if I could still play old school on my old account, but they reset everything, so sucks. I'd have to start a tutorial island unless I want to play RuneScape 3 so they can take my microtransactions with appealing pets. Rude.
Huh.
Rude.
No.
Oh yeah,
I
my
put
first
5,000 hours on
boyfriend.
one of my characters in Rift, and if someone deleted that character that had Relic Myrmidon and stuff,
Oh,
I didn't even know what I think my life would be crushed. Like, I actually would just start crying and, like, go into a full mental breakdown, because that was my life. For, like,
God.
many
Yeah,
years.
it's someone's
I-
life. and
yeah.
they spent years and years doing that character. It's so cruel
It
to do
is.
that to somebody. I would never do that, no matter what the situation.
However, on the other side of this, I have had a relationship, my very first boyfriend, who actually chose RuneScape over me in a way that he shouldn't have, because I play RuneScape with him every day, and then one of the days I was like, hey, let's go play laser tag, and then we can play RuneScape after, and he was like, no, I have to grind up my archery so I can get these dragon hide chaps. And I'm like, but we can do that after. The laser tag has a closing time. RuneScape doesn't. He's like, no. The fact that you want to do that offends me greatly, and you're boring to me now. And he actually broke up with me over that because I wanted him to go on an actual date and then play RuneScape instead of only playing RuneScape. And I'm like, okay.
Wow. I bet he regrets that now.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that was
that's
my
like-
very first
that's-
boyfriend, so I was like 15.
I would have loved to go laser tagging. What the? He's the boring one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm like,
Just stay home
okay.
and play a game and then I get to actually go out and do it
I know.
with my girlfriend who's gorgeous. No,
Yeah,
I'd rather
Dude,
just stay
laser tape's
home.
fucking
The-
lit.
Yeah, it was
Love laser
ridiculous.
tag. I was so upset when the one here closed.
Uh.
Although I probably fall and hurt myself.
So don't be that guy. If you have a dope girl who's like, yeah, let's play video games together, but let's also go do other things because I have needs to socially that I would like to do with you. Maybe try to, compromise and play the game after. Also consider doing that. I don't know.
I don't know what to say.
I didn't know either. I was like, what? Excuse you? Excuse me?
I'm sorry. It's
Don't be sorry. He's probably lame-o now. It's fine. In fact,
Dude,
I
what if
think
he's
I
like
don't
on
know
the
for
RuneScape
sure.
High scores, and he's like a god now. He just lives and breathes RuneScape.
Maybe. I think I actually saw a guy who looked just like him, like an aged up version of him, working at the go-kart place I was streaming at a few months ago, and he like kept staring at me, but I don't know if it was him or not, because supposedly like he went on to go to like UT and have like an engineering degree, so I don't know why he'd be working at a go-kart place, but sometimes things don't work out, right? And it was in like the town that our school was, the go-kart place. So I'm like,
I mean, maybe he's still in school for it. I don't know. And he's like,
I'm not gonna go for it, but I
Right?
mean, like, it's so awkward if just imagine like you broke up with Amouranth before she was Amouranth when she was 15, and then later you see her streaming at your line of work to thousands of people, and then you just like you don't even know what to say because I can't even imagine if that was him what his feelings would be. So awkward.
Oh, I have a great question. Ladies, have you ever had your exes message you, or like someone who used to be a thing with, now that you have a following, and be like,
Oh my
"You
god,
could've
yeah.
did a good
That
thing."
just happened to me like recently. And gosh, I'm gonna feel bad if he hears this, but it was out of line. I haven't been with this person in years, and they just all of a sudden found me on Twitch and just started sending me sexually explicit messages.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I just ignored it and ended up blocking. But yeah, that like literally just happened like 2 weeks ago.
Damn. Yeah, I've had two of those types of things too. The first one,
Hit us with the stories.
I was at a convention cosplaying a few years ago with one of my friends, And this guy who I used to, like, not even an actual relationship with, but just date, so not like, technically an ex, I guess. Like, he started, like, calling my name, even though he's the one who, like, broke it up with me, like, we're not gonna see each other anymore type of thing. He started calling my name from across the convention, Caitlin! 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 And they wanted me to come party with him and stuff. And the worst thing is he's engaged. And he's calling my name across the convention, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to ignore him because I don't want to cause a scene, because I was already like had somewhat of an online following, you know, like not as big as now, but still had already started streaming and stuff. And he's like calling my name, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, this is not appropriate. Like, I felt so bad for his fiance, and if they actually got married, it's kind of a pity because he's kind of an asshole. But yeah, that was the first guy, and then the second guy, I told chat this a few days ago, is he's been in my DMs on Facebook. This is also bad. It's actually worse. For the past few years, and we were dating a little bit in high school, but like very innocent. Nothing happened. It was like 2 weeks, but we were mostly just friends for the most part. Like we stayed friends. We were friends before and after that period. And he's been messaging me like consistently, like every few months for the past few years, being like, hey, talk to me. Hey, douchebag, when are you gonna answer me? Hey, like trying to get my attention desperately. And the most recent time was right before Valentine's Day. He was like, hey, you ever gonna talk to me again? And it's weird because it's like February 9th, he's messaging me, and he's been married for a few years. And I'm like, why are you messaging me still in the first place? And then also, why are you still messaging me when you should be focusing on Valentine's Day with your wife? And he, on his Facebook profile, he has both on the cover image, a video of them like getting married, you know, and his profile picture is a moving video of another marriage thing. And I'm like, what of their wedding? I'm like, holy shit. And he calls me the douchebag for ignoring his messages. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. So entitled. And scummy. I'm just like... So yeah, I think the clout of being, of becoming like a social media person definitely has an influence on your exes. Like this, like a psychological...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like regret, or they think they're owed something because they knew you before, or what it is, but it's definitely something psychological messes with them.
I agree. Yeah, so... you keep cutting out, by the way.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, is it cutting out on stream or just Discord? Ask chat. They can tell me.
Listening to you on Discord.
I might be too far from my mic. Let me just move it closer a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely like, is this a little better? Super entitled to everything, and it's yikes. Like, I feel bad for his wife.
I honestly, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So I've had I used to have like a lot of people lie about me sleeping with them in high school and stuff, and like make up stuff about me. One of those guys who actually did that, we went on like a date, and we went back to his house and we played Forza on his PS4, and that was it. And then he kissed me and tried to do more, and I rejected, and we didn't do anything besides just kiss and play Forza. And I come to school the next day, and I find out he's telling everyone that he slept with me.
Oh my god.
And I start getting slut-shamed when I'm like 15, hardcore.
What
and
the fuck?
Everyone just believed him, no one believed me. So I had to like basically eat it that I'm now quote-unquote a slut. And so people started basically saying that I also gave them head in bathroom stalls and stuff, and everyone believed the guys. No one believed me. And I had like never even touched a dude, let alone seen a penis at that point, because I didn't watch porn. I'd never masturbated.
15's really young for most girls to have any interest or do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so I get messaged by him a year ago, and he's like, you know, we could have been a good thing. You want to give it another shot?
Oh god.
What the fuck?
We could have been a good thing? Clearly not.
And like I called him out on the fact that he lied about sleeping with me. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to brag. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, buddy. We could never have been a good thing. You're a piece of shit.
That is insane. Yeah, on that same vein though, I kind of wonder like how many of our exes or people that we knew, even not even like dated or talked to in high school and things like that, like brag to their friends like, yeah, I slept with her, and like nothing happened. Like I really wonder like how many, what is the statistic of girls online who have like clout, guys who just knew them in the past or dated them, just brag and lie. I wonder how much that happens.
Probably
think,
lots
like,
of the time.
I think like the whole guy, like the chatty dude who brags about how many girls he slept with and stuff. I feel like a lot of those guys lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't actually think,
I think
a lot
so
of those
too.
chads genuinely sleep with all those girls.
Yeah, yeah, fapping to a girl doesn't count as sleeping with her, by the way, if in case you're wondering,
Yeah.
Kat. Yeah. 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 Mm. It doesn't? No,
Probably
it doesn't.
70 to 80%. Yeah, I think like the chads don't actually get the poo-tang, so it'd be like that. Cher, you were about to say something?
Jerson.
Cher.
Is she still here?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Oh gosh, I totally lost my train of thought. You were just talking about. Can
Talking
you
about
remind
guys
me what you were just talking about? Guys, what?
Lying.
We were. You want to.
Relatable story to what Jenna was saying, and then I totally lost what I was gonna say.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm so sorry. Sorry,
It's
guys.
it's all good. It's all. We were
I'm a
talking
little
about like
nervous.
exes. We were talking about exes and like or just guys who knew us, and what do they lie now and brag about fucking us, even though that we've never done that with them. You think just they do it?
Yeah, I was just saying that I think a lot that happens a lot, that a lot of guys lie about it. And I was also going to say that I think guys lie when you were saying that guys that say that they claim to sleep with all those girls probably don't.
Mhm.
I think they say something like men always exaggerate the number and women most women seem to like say that they sleep with less people, whereas men say that they slept with more, like the statistic on that.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if that's
interesting.
true, but I think it probably is.
I'm sure it is for a lot of people.
A lot of
Well,
people,
it's 'cause
not
women
everyone.
are shamed for sleeping with more, technically. So like, I it would not shock me in the slightest that people would lie about having a smaller number because they don't want guys to find them unattractive or gross. Like for example, I had a guy the other day come in my Discord saying he wouldn't want to donate to me if I'm a slut, and like kept asking me what my sex life was. So I started telling him that I'd slept with 400 men for memes and that I fucked his dad and everything too. And he started like freaking out, calling me disgusting. But like there's guys who like genuinely like they actually choose a girl's worth based off how many people they've slept with.
Yeah, and I can't
Yeah,
stand what
that's
happened
dumb.
to you, Jenna, in high school, that just one guy, even though you didn't do anything, you sleeping with one guy,
I didn't
you know,
sleep
even though it
with
was a
him.
lie. I know it was a lie,
Yeah.
but them thinking you slept with one guy, all of a sudden you're a slut.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the way it is. But then a guy's like,
And it's such a weird thing
Great
too,
if he
because
does,
a
yeah.
lot of these guys, they want a girl who's coveted by many men because it feels like a power play to them. It's like, I want all the men to want you. Oh, that means you could potentially have more than one sex partner in the past because a lot of men want you. Oh shit, heathen, be gone, thought. It's like, no, what? Where's the logic? It's like,
Cut out like 7 times again.
it's really interesting. I wonder if it's Discord. I can check my mic settings. Maybe something's fucking up.
Maybe.
yeah, I didn't hear the cutting out before, but I
me
heard
see.
it just a minute ago.
I don't want to fuck up the overlay. Let me see real quick. I'll bring you back, Jenna. Give me a sec. Let me take a look at the voice and the video. It's checking my mic sensitivity. Oh, it's determining my sensitivity. That's probably why. Okay. How about here? Is this better? Less cutting out?
Yeah, sounds fine.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'll keep it there then. Cool.
Yay!
Where'd she go? There she is. Okay. Got the right one now. Cool.
Her Jenna keeps disappearing. There she's back.
She has returned.
Um,
Hooray.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Things like this are just really intriguing and interesting to me. Like the double standards placed on women.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But I'll
is.
be honest, I also don't find guys who sleep with a ton of girls attractive, like
Mm-mm.
that feature. So like I can understand how a guy might not find it attractive, but like I think there's a difference between basically bullying someone for who they've slept with and being like, hey, I really don't find the fact that you slept with 100 women attractive.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I don't ask that question when I'm getting to know somebody. Like, I want to judge them based on, like, how they treat me, what their personality is like, and get to know, like, their interests and everything first. And then once we're, like, already, like, dating, it might come up in conversation. But I don't try not to judge people based on that, because I feel like that doesn't really matter if they're, you know, like, they treat you right, you get along well, they're a good person. Like, I feel like the number of people you slept with really doesn't matter. So I try just not to even, like, have that question on the radar.
I'd rather not know, but if it comes up to me, it makes me feel, like, awkward if a guy I'm seeing has slept with a ton of girls. Because it makes me question if I'm special to them. It makes me question if, like, if I have sex with him, he's gonna, like, actually value the sex we have.
Or compare you to other people.
Yeah, and, like, it makes me... I'll be honest, I'm really open with this. It makes me feel insecure about whether or not I'm special to him, and I know that's not the case, but I feel like sometimes it could be the case.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's unfortunate. I know I shouldn't think that way, but
it's human nature. Yeah, I think it's understandable. I tend to not want to know either. Like sometimes. Like, I've had exes before where they would ask me about my past experience with the exes, and I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it, because I just feel like it's opening a can of worms, and they'll be like, how come you never ask about my past? I'm like, 'cause I don't want to know. I just don't, like, every relation for me, it's like the clean slate. You can, you know, I just don't want to know.
I don't really want to know. Just don't.
No.
Because then it's just on your mind, cluttering it when you didn't need it.
Or it's, you know, I just don't want it.
Yeah. So I would say that's a tip for guys.
I know that he loves me before I sleep with him.
Yeah, I have to become friends with someone first. I can't I cannot get in a relationship and be intimate with someone without having feelings for them. I can't.
Yep.
I just can't do it. It doesn't matter how attracted I am to the guy. It could be somebody that's like the most attractive celebrity that, you know, you could think of, you know, my perfect ideal man, and I couldn't just sleep with him. I just can't. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I just can't. I have to like form some sort of a relationship.
I'm the same way. Like, I can't develop like sexual desire for somebody unless I already have like a strong foundation with them in a relationship. So I'm like, I just have like no need to like want to do that with people, because for me it's like a special connection type of thing.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I don't want to just like fuck strangers. It's unsanitary and sounds gross. Like, no, thank you.
Also, a guy just said pretty girls are all mangled downstairs. That's also... Just because you're good looking or have attractive traits, male or female, does not mean you're having sex. Actually. Yeah. I don't know where like this started, where people think like good looking people sleep with everyone. It's not a thing.
No.
For men or women.
In fact, I would find that a lot of times it's the opposite, because the people who are good looking get so much attention, and they're just like kind of tired of people trying to like talk to them with a certain reason in mind, and they're a little bit more closed off. And that's why I think a lot of like pretty girls seem like boring or dumb at first to people. It's because they have that like barrier where they're like, that's their coping mechanism to try and cut down on some of the attention, so that you leave them the fuck alone, because they don't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah,
so I feel like,
and Caitlin, like, what happened to you at Walmart with that security guard?
Mm-hmm.
At Walmart.
Oh my god, she went to Walmart and was doing Emerald live stream, and I think he was the assistant manager, like following her out, asking her for her phone number. She's saying she's married, she's a lesbian, she's got.
I was like,
not.
I was like, my wife Jennifer.
I am so sick of men like that. Like, that is, and I don't know why they think that this harassment works, because it doesn't. It's counterproductive. It does not work. And I will tell you that, you want to hear a funny story? This one is like, I would think would not even be real, and I can't even still believe it happened. I was in Walmart, and some guy was behind me, and I just heard him go like that, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I looked around back. I was the only person down the aisle, and he goes, "Everybody wants some of that man," which. Now, guys, saying
Oh my
something like
God.
that to a girl is not going to get her to want to go out on a date with you. I don't know why guys do things like that. Or maybe it's just I come into contact with weird people. Maybe it's a Walmart thing. But acting like how that security guard acted or acting how that guy did with me at Walmart, don't do that. It never will work.
Yeah,
It's scary.
It's really like they're just so entitled. They don't take no as an answer. And they will encourage you to be a bad person, these types of guys will.
Those are the only guys that will approach. Like lots of times those are the only because some of the nice guys I think are afraid to approach.
I only have guys approach me when I don't have makeup on. I've never had a guy ask for my number when I'm made up and looking like.
See, they're like
majestic.
intimidated. They're intimidated.
It's
and
interesting.
afraid. It's sad. It's sad because the nice guys get intimidated and then the aggressive ones like come at us full force and then it makes us like want to just like retreat.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the nice guys are intimidated in public, so a lot of our experiences are the shitty ones.
True.
Yeah.
That's probably why
Especially
we get
at
shitty
clubs and
guys.
stuff. Like a lot of the nicer guys at clubs, they don't come up and grab you and try and grind on you. But the guys who do make advances at the club typically are fucking weird,
Yeah.
and they'll like, oh.
So when people say like girls don't like nice guys, that's not true. It's just you're not approaching them because you're intimidated.
True.
We need nice guys who are also confident and not assholes or entitled.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard to find just because of how
Or
how
possessive.
cultured has made people.
Some guy just said this is so bullshit. It's really not. Although some girls in their early 20s, for example, who haven't figured out that they like want nice guys, they're kind of like brainwashed by high school to want like the good-looking Chad. Because high school really does brainwash you to thinking like looks means everything. If a girl hasn't grown out of that phase yet, you're going to see the girls go for the douchebags because they're just like, oh my god, he's so dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
I grew out of that real quick, especially when that guy faked that he slept with me. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Fuck
I have a girl.
that.
I have a girl question. Have you guys ever had a friend that just for no reason just like to be mean to guys? Like this like nice guys that she was actually dating. I've had two friends that have just been so mean to guys that it's like literally like broke my heart where I've had to go up and say things to them because it's bothered me so bad. And only date guys that are assholes. And they aren't always the always the better looking guys either. So I don't know if it's almost like I guess maybe some people
So
get
the
off on being
girl, like,
cruelty.
being mean
Yeah.
to the guy?
That's weird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is it
I
like
had two
reverse
friends that did
psychology where
that.
it's like, or are you saying already in a relationship?
Like dating them but being really mean.
Oh,
to
actually,
them.
they might be. Some of the guys are actually really into that. Like not everyone is. If you're
But then,
requesting
like-
it and she's complying, that's different because it's actually a kink. Some guys are
But
like,
then, like,
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
is
like
kink.
that though, because then she would date assholes that would treat her like crap, and those are the ones that she would want, not the nice guys that treated.
interesting.
So she bullied the nice guys?
She bullied the nice guys, and she would like kiss the ass of the assholes, and it wasn't necessarily a look-based thing.
Sounds like
Interesting.
it actually sounds like some sort of childhood issue,
Yeah.
to be honest, that's sprouting up in relationships where like for example, you could probably daddy issues, I'm guessing, where
Yeah.
they're used to
Maybe
basically
mommy issues
shitting-
too. Just parents
yeah, mommy
issues.
issues too, yeah. There's some sort of issues going on there.
Yeah, that makes
of
sense.
their
Yeah, I just
past.
wonder. I had two friends like that.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. That's
Yeah.
some sort of trauma they had in their past
Mhm.
that's like just sprouting up. They need counseling.
Definitely. I think a lot of people have that and they don't even realize they have it. Like a lot of people don't realize that their childhood development, the way they grow up, can actually like seriously affect you, and not only affect you, but also affect the people that you're drawn to. Like it can really like based on what feels comfortable to you. Sometimes you might be dating a person and you'll feel like, holy shit, you're exactly like my parents. It's because you were drawn to them because it's a feeling of comfort, even if you don't like your parents. It's just that
Yeah.
comfortable feeling feels like home, even if you hated that feeling growing up.
I figured that out real
Subconsciously.
quick too. At 18, I dated a guy who basically sexually assaulted me, and then I caught on to it. I was like, wait, my father's fucked up.
Yeah.
This is why I'm dating this guy. And that was the end of that.
Yeah, it's not even that you like it specifically. It's not like you have a kink for like shitty situation. It's just that something inside you internally in your psyche, like it feels normal for you. You've normalized it. And like because it feels so normal for you, you don't question it until later and you're like, holy shit, you kind of wake up and you're like, this person is exactly like the people I tried to escape.
Yeah, I think you just figured out my problem with partially attracting sociopaths because my father,
I was going to talk
as much
to you
as I
about that.
love my father and he could be really nice, he had anger issues. And when he was angry, it was very scary. Very, very scary. He never hit me or anything, but he got the things that he would say and how he would get. I mean, he would look like a completely different person. So maybe that is why I looked for guys that were similar to him.
It normalized your vision of like how a man should be, because your dad technically is like your first. And same for men with their moms, you know, all around. Your parents are your first influence on how a man should be, how a woman should be. And so guys will typically, if they're straight, will go for, you know, their. One sec, I have to ban this dude. Moving forward, they'll typically go for like, you know, their dads or their moms.
Mm-hmm.
And if like said parent is now an abusive parent, you'll be attracted to abusers. And in your scenario, if like for example with your dad being anger issue Andy, it's probably causing that. Where you think a man can be aggressive and mean towards you, and you think it's like okay, or he'll be fine soon, because like for example you love your dad and you let it slide that he gets angry sometimes and then he's normal sometimes, and it's same with like the abusive guys, they're normal sometimes, right?
Very sweet. Yeah, that makes total sense. They're very sweet,
and then they switch.
Yeah, and for people who are listening in chat, by attracted, we don't mean like you look for that and you're turned on by that kind of things in a partner. What we mean is like you end up finding yourself with those people repeatedly because something about it feels normal to you because you grew up with it.
That's the only example of a person that you know, that's one of the only examples of a man that I had.
Yeah,
so,
that's why. So this is why you're in the predicament you're in. You have to identify it. Like I had to identify that I was dating abusive men, and you have to start being really aware. And even if you really feel like you like a guy, like for example I'm still attracted to the ex that assaulted me, you need to be like, this is why I like them, I don't actually like them, I need to just never talk to them again. And you have to like basically fight your feelings that are saying you're attracted to these people, and know in your head that it isn't actually you being attracted to them, it's your psychology making you attracted to them, and then move forward.
Yeah, it just like all the knowledge that you have now as an adult and having experiences sometimes conflicts with your nature inside that came from being raised a certain way around in a certain environment. You kind of have to use all the wisdom and experience that you've learned growing up, like now that you're an adult, and fight your tendencies that you probably had as a kid being exposed to stuff in your own household. So
yeah, because those things that you think are normal in your household are not the said norm.
Yeah, it's confusing. I know, it's confusing. It's like, how can you be attracted to something that you hate, though? It's like, because you don't realize.
But they can be so charming, you know, that's the thing, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of two-faced people out there.
Also, to the guy in chat who said Jenna's trying to hide a shiner with her makeup. Yes, I have acne. Congratulations.
I thought you got punched in the face. I just wasn't going to ask. Acne. I thought maybe you had like a kinky escapade or something. I wasn't going to judge.
People are so stupid. Oh, shiner equals abuse? No, I just have under eye bags. I don't sleep well. Oh, I tell ya. It, didn't have the best night last night, or the night before, so I just,
Yeah.
Bedman.
So you get 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep?
Sometimes when I want to, but lately I've been having, like, really fucking bad anxiety, like, my hands bleed and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And so I wake up from nightmares, and I have panic attacks in my sleep, and it's just awful. It's really hard to sleep right now, and,
Yeah, that's why you need the ASMR.
That is literally why I'm always in here, just like chilling. And I was really sad when you stopped doing it every night. I was like, fuck.
I've been doing it a little more frequently, a few times a week now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had some weird issues at night. Not lately, but I've had night terrors before. Like one time I was at a hotel, and I'm so lucky that I was wearing clothes in my bed, because I got up from my bed and I was still asleep, and I was freaking out like in person. In fact, I backed up into a wall is why I woke up, because I was screaming. And I had like this night terror that like a silhouette of a man, but not like, he didn't have a face, didn't have any physical features, literally like a shadow outline of a person was like trying to like take advantage of me, and I was like trying to escape them from my bed. But then in real life, I was actually getting up from my bed and running through the hotel room until I woke myself up screaming and bumped into a wall. And I'm so lucky that nobody like called the desk, like someone is screaming in that room.
What if it was a demon?
Maybe I think they're night terrors is what people call it. And like I felt like the weight of them, you know, like on my chest type of thing. Like it felt very real, and I was like moving around still asleep. It's crazy.
That's
I used to
really
have
scary.
the worst nightmares every single night, and they were usually about my dog Mochi, who's like I love more than anything in the world. Although I have a new puppy now who I love just as much, so I shouldn't be saying that. But anyways, I used to have nightmares every night about something happening to her, like in the most horrific way.
I have those.
Every single night. And Caitlin, you got rid of that with your ASMR. I just had to tell you that. Like,
Aw,
that's how therapeutic it is.
yay.
Listening to your ASMR, listening to your reruns that, you know, are listening to on YouTube. No more Mochi nightmares. So thank
Good.
you so much, because they were terrible.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've had that before. My other dog that passed away, I would keep having nightmares of like seeing it again over and over. Like I would have like different situations where in my dream they were alive again, and then they would die in different ways. So yeah, it's awful.
I have that too about
I
like
have
past
scary
pets.
dreams of like my mom yelling at me still. And I'll be like, fuck! I didn't escape.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
that too.
When you wake up and you're like, huh, where's my mom?
I've had that. I've had dreams where like something happens to my dogs at the time, but then like I wake up and I go to the backyard. I'm like, oh, they're there. Good. Back to sleep. Or like sometimes with my teeth would fall out in my dreams, and I would have to go to the mirror and be like, I have teeth, all of them, right?
I've had that happen where like this tooth right here started getting wiggly, and in my dream I started wiggling it, and then it came out, and I guess my mouth actually hurt, and so I woke up and I was like, oh, and I checked the mirror, but I had my tooth, so
Yeah,
But
no, I've
it
had
isn't
that. I think
wiggly.
it's when you clench, the clenching sensation, because you wake up with them kind of like slightly sore feeling, like from your dream. I mean, I did anyways. I think it's the clenching, like the grinding your teeth in the middle of the night type of thing. But yeah, absolutely, it's crazy. Dreams are crazy. The human mind
They
is
really
insane.
are.
Yeah,
It really
I have
is.
I have really weird dreams.
What
Have
is
you
it?
ever taken melatonin and got like wild ass dreams?
I've taken melatonin, like the gummies, but I don't have crazy dreams from them.
Oh, some people have like some crazy fucking dreams from taking melatonin, and I love hearing the stories because they get pretty crazy.
Maybe the dosage depends on it too.
Maybe. I bet Chat's had some experiences with this.
Before everyone's like, how many gummies should I take tonight?
All of them.
All of them. No,
Take all the
don't.
gummies.
Can you overdose from melatonin? I have no idea
You can
about it.
overdose from nearly anything, so I'm guessing so.
At a certain point, how much melatonin would it take so that I don't overdo it?
I don't know. I always take double the dose.
You're like, they want to sell
Person.
products. I gotta take double because I know they're trying to make money. But they want you to have to keep.
There has to be.
I don't know.
Melatonin.
Worst dream I ever had was there's this thing in this horror movie that I'm absolutely terrified about that I don't even like talking about, so I'm not even going to say it.
Oh, really?
But it's a certain thing from a movie that really bothers me that's not real. But I'll just say it's a werewolf. And I say
Twilight?
that word funny, I know. No, those don't scare me. Okay, I'll go ahead and say the movie. It's American Werewolf in London.
Oh, I've never seen it.
And I can't stand the howl of the werewolf, and the movie terrified me. It was funny, but it also terrified me. So I have
can't
this
open
dream, right? So I have this dream that like I'm laying in bed in my room, and I wake up, and I look to the side, get up, you know, make a drink of water, and the werewolf's in my room. Lunges at my throat, attacks my neck. I thought I was awake this whole time. So I literally thought this was happening. Like, you know, your mind, even though you know werewolves aren't real. I was in my room awake. I don't know if you've ever had it. Was so creepy. And I can't tell you, I was afraid to sleep for years after that.
Yeah, the
that I would have
closest
another
I've
dream
gotten
like that.
is the night terror, like I was saying. I've never like had sleepwalking, not that I know of. I mean, shit, we all could have had it if we got back to our bed and never know it. So, I
I was gonna wake up again, and it was gonna be there like every single time. I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. That was scary.
This one time, my mom
That is
gave me
scary.
a sleeping med. And she was like, take it on a night like you really need to sleep. So one night I really need to sleep. So I take this med. I don't know what it's called. It's definitely not over the counter. Anyway, moving forward. So I take it. And all I remember is my best friend. He was in bed because we were having a sleepover. And he says that I just disappeared in the night. And he assumed that I went to the bathroom. And then he woke up 4 hours later and I was still gone. And then apparently he started being like, what the fuck? Ambien. Yeah, I think it may have been Ambien, yeah. And then apparently I just showed up back in bed at some point, and that I had been gone all night. I
Wow.
have no recollection of what
my
happened,
God.
where I was, or what I was doing.
That's
and
terrifying.
Yeah.
Guys, Ambien did the similar things to me. It is a scary medication. I actually put it down that I'm allergic to it, even though I'm not, because it does not make me sleepy. So I will just like get up. I literally carved a whole watermelon with a knife.
What the fuck?
What?
Put it in a bowl and had no memory of it the next day. Another night, I tried to take the car and leave, and my roommate caught me. So then it was like, okay, I'm throwing this stuff out. Like, that's scary. And she said
Is
I was
this like a
talking about
sleeping
things
aid?
that made no sense, like people that weren't there, like I was in a dream.
Holy
Ambien,
shit.
I think, is a scary drug. Like, some people, it's dangerous.
Is it like a sleeping aid? Is that what it's for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
God.
it's just, especially people that have a lot of trouble sleeping, I warn them about it because
Oh my
wow, I
gosh.
mean, it's dangerous. Yeah, and that happened to me every single time. Because another time they gave it to me, and I didn't know it was Ambient because it was a generic name, and the same thing happened
great.
again. I did something else. I forget what it was, but it's really scary because I literally had no memory.
That's
So,
insane.
and I was talking about, like I said, people from my childhood, and my roommate was trying to say they're not here. You know,
Oh my god.
it's like I was in a dream.
That's
Oh my
insane.
gosh.
This is why ASMR is important, you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
creepy. It's creepy. It really creeped me out. So I'm like, okay, allergic.
Allergic to
crap.
Ambien, by the way. Well, yeah.
I
I've
think
never taken
Lanesta
Ambien.
does that to people too.
God. That's crazy to me. I don't even know. We do have a thread. I started this one in Discord of people who can ask us questions. It's the title of it is Podcast AMA. And somebody, hey now, asked, if you could be sponsored by anything, what's your ideal sponsorship and why? Like, it's a good question. I like it.
I want to be sponsored by Astro Gaming, legitimately, but they keep denying me, and they've been denying me for years. Anyway, moving forward.
Oh, shit!
Because I really want, like, headsets that I can change the colors every day, because they have, like, the things you put on them to change them. And I could, like, do headsets that match my outfits while I play games. But still denied.
Yeah, that's
Been
crazy.
trying for, like, 2 years.
Oh, man. I think for me, it would be cutebooty.com because I want those leggings and they're really expensive. And so when I have to buy them, I cry. And they're the booty scrunch seam that, like, makes your butt just pop and it looks really good. And then, like, you buy 3 pairs and it's, like, $400. And you're like, I hate my life. I'm like, R.I.P. my wallet. So,
Mine,
hit me
mine
up.
would be
Added them
mine
on
would be
Instagram or
3DO.
something, or tag them
But
trying
that's
to
never
get a
gonna happen.
sponsor.
3D would be really good. I agree with that. That's also a good one. What did you say, Jenna?
Yeah, I've been talking to them about it because we've had a lot of correspondence because the first mic that they sent me was defective. And they sent me another mic out and let me keep the old one. So they're just still discussing it, but I doubt they're going to because I'm not really that big of a streamer. But
Oh.
Aww. Yeah, I tried reaching out to them. I didn't get a response, and I'm, I don't know what else to do. I'm like, don't know. Maybe I'll find like an
Were we
agency
talking
to
about
do
blue?
it. 3DO microphones. The
3D,
ASMR ones.
they make the ASMR mics with the ears on them.
Aww.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Why would they not answer you? You're giant.
Yeah, they should be sponsoring you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, maybe I'll tell them that. Sponsor.
Yeah. Sponsor, give me the
Keely,
mic with
sponsor
8 ears
Amouranth,
on it.
Because I've been talking to some of the people that are in charge at 3D, 2 different people.
Okay.
So I have their names and everything.
Yeah.
Not gonna sponsor
that'd be
me,
good.
then sponsor Amouranth.
So we can
because
see what
she's-
the 8-ear ASMR
artist.
microphone sounds like.
Ooh.
I want to know. Let's see. What are some other
I don't know
ones?
what you should do to get a cutie that sponsor. You should add them in your posts. And you're giant on Instagram, so those have to.
Oh,
see
that's
it.
true. Maybe so.
And so they might actually reach out to you if you do that and tag them.
Maybe
'Cause
Twitter.
I did that with one brand, and they actually reached out to me.
Nice. Oh, you
So-
mean Cute Booty tagging them?
Yeah, tag
Yeah.
them.
I could try that. Oh,
Not
another
a lot,
question that Hey Now had was name some of the most bizarre requests viewers have made of you for money.
He wanted me to send him my shoes. Like
Your
take
shoes?
photos of my shoes, not even my feet, my shoes.
Like
for money.
Cinderella.
Like just shoes.
That's interesting. I don't even know what you do with them. Do you smell them? Because they smell like feet, and I guess they.
No, he wanted photos.
Oh, photos.
Mhm.
That's even weirder.
Yeah,
Because I
well,
can understand if
pictures
he
of
was
my
into
shoes.
feet, because shoes retain the smell more than socks would, because you can wash socks, but not really shoes as easily. But I don't know why you would want photos of shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to do a catfish type scam where he was like trying to sell your shoes and send like the same type model, but not. And, like, these are Jenna's shoes for the feet people.
3D,
Oh my gosh.
But-
Auction them off.
3D actually responded to me, guys. They responded today. And they told me that they're taking through the Tingles app. And for me to drop his name to
Sponsorships?
the Tingles team. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm
and
on
that's how the
Tingles.
program works.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're already on there.
Okay, maybe I'll reach out to the Tingles
Okay.
people and be like,
And
hook me
his
up.
name is Brian. His name is Brian, and he's like a sweetheart.
Okay, thank you. That's
He's
helpful.
like saying that to me. I mean, you're way bigger than I am.
Cool. I'll take a look at that then later. Thank you.
Just went to check on the hopes that on the small chance they responded, and they actually did.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, here's I don't know if your guys are comfortable mentioning it. That's another maybe to this question. You don't have to answer, but they were wondering who is the most famous guy to slide into your DMs.
I don't know if like I don't really know who he is. But I had like he didn't really slide in my DMs as much as he just came in my chat, donated 1,000 bits, and said like answer me or something on Instagram. His name was Juju. It's like apparently like a football player, American football. I don't know who he is. But like that happened.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about sports. I know there's a hockey player that like slid into my DMs and he had a check mark. He was like, "Do you know who I am?" And I legitimately didn't. And so I asked my followers on Twitter, I'm like, "Do you know who this guy is?" And they all got like mad, and some of them got mad at me who were his fans. Like, I know who that is. How dare you disrespect him like that? I'm like, no, I really don't know. It was like so awkward, man. I think it was, I don't know, was it like Jake something? I forgot his last
Mine
name.
was a Rams player, but I can't remember his name. But
really?
yeah, but I kept getting stuff signed for my dad because he's like a Rams fanatic at like a training camp game. So I kept taking stuff down because he wasn't able to get it signed, but I was able to get a whole bunch of stuff signed. And so like he was trying to exchange information with me and stuff, but I can't remember. He's like the kicker. I'd have the I'm so bad with football. Does the field goal, but I can't think of his name
Oh,
because it didn't
interesting.
really go anywhere. But yeah, that's the most famous person, I guess.
Wow.
Were you interested or no?
I was more interested in the other Rams player, Goff.
You're like, hey, not you, but can you help with your teammate, by the way?
Yeah,
Be
like,
your
I was
friend.
really enjoying talking to him, but and he was flirting, but oh god, but I'm pretty sure I was pretty sure somebody told me he was married. So
Oh.
once I heard that, I backed
Oh.
off.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, because
Mm.
he also asked for my phone number and actually
Oof.
gave it to him.
Yikes.
Oh. You know, it's actually more common than you think for guys who get into like positions, like famous positions, to cheat on their wives. Like Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant did it. Tons of people do it. It's like I think the temptation when so many girls talk to you is I think someone said this. They said like the temptation mounts up so much over time that because you have so many girls trying to get with you that like apparently eventually like your ability to kind of say no just degrades over time with like how many beautiful women talk to you. So I don't know, I'm not saying it's acceptable, but that's apparently what happens there.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would be a thing that would definitely be an issue for a lot of people who become like famous and have clout. So it's like nobody's perfect. I don't know. I feel like though, if you're gonna continuously cheat on your partner, they should be allowed to have like just an open relationship too. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation, I'm sure.
So apparently he's not married anymore.
Oh, free game then.
Oh!
There you go. Cheers it.
Time to text that number, and I can imagine why. Like, if he was giving out his number while he was married, do you really think the reason they broke up was like mutual or something? Like, she totally
Yeah, that's the thing is, do you want to get involved with somebody that would do something like that? So I'm
Exactly.
gonna have to go see if he was married at the time of the draft, or maybe if it was some other girl telling me he was married to stay away, or because some of the fans get crazy, and I wasn't a fan. I was just doing that for my.
And the guy you're talking about is the one that you weren't that interested in, right?
No, this is Goth.
Oh, this is Goth?
The one
okay.
that I was interested in, the quarterback.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That's okay.
Yeah, he was the one that was signing everything for me. It was the field. I don't know what you call it, guys. What do you call the guy that kicks
the kicker? I think his name's just the kicker.
Is it just the kicker?
Yeah.
The kicker.
The kicker. Yeah, I can't think of his name. He came over to me and I exchanged information with him. But I was more interested, like I said, in Goff. And I did take his number, but then I was told by people in the stands that he was married, and I wouldn't date somebody who was married. But now I'm wondering, was he married?
So you took Goth's number?
Yeah, I have his number from, unless it's changed.
I thought you were saying you took the guy who was interested in his number.
I would not.
I was like, what the?
I think
they're both their numbers.
No, both their numbers. Oh, you're doing both.
I felt bad, like not like saying no. I don't know why.
If he's the quarterback, you can literally just Google, and he'll have a Wikipedia page and see if he was who his wife was. It's on there.
I'm gonna look and see if he was married.
And it should also say when they divorced. There's always articles on this stuff. So if he's like in enough spotlight, which a quarterback I'd say would be, you can literally Google it.
Yeah, he's an NFL player from the Rams, Jared Goff.
Yeah, Google it. Literally, just go and Google it. The chat could even go Google it. Chat, go
I'm gonna find
out.
out.
Go in there right now. New tablet. Who is this motherfucker? Why does he want my wife, Jenna? And Jarrett and Amouranth. I bet he wants all of them. But he's in all of their DMs. Fucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Chat's like, how dare they? My queens. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I don't know though. What's the other question there had? What game have you been most addicted to and why? Addicted to games? Have you been?
I was addicted to Rift. That's why I brought it up. If someone deleted my character that I spent 5,000 hours on, I'd be devastated mentally.
RuneScape and Minecraft for me. You grief my server, I'll fucking cry. I have before. I've cried in anger. I'm like, oh my god, I was so beat up about it, man. I was so angry. I was like I actually drove me a little bit insane. There was like a period of time where in my chat I was like banning people who I'm like, it was you. I banned them and like, no, it wasn't them. I need to unban them. like how dare you? I had like a meltdown. That's not good. What about you, Charissa? Have you gotten addicted to games before?
Oh yes. I've gotten addicted to quite a few games over the years. My biggest addiction is Final Fantasy 14, but before that was Final Fantasy 11. And I was so addicted to World of Warcraft at one point that my parents and family members thought I was crazy because I kept telling them I had to get home because we went to several. I had my parents divorced at a young age, so I had several different Christmases that I had to go to different people's houses, and I wanted to go home and open these presents. And when people actually found out that they were presents on a video game, you should have saw the looks I got, because on in World of Warcraft they put the Christmas presents under the tree, and I literally was excited to go home to open them. That's how addicted I was.
Yeah,
to
well,
World
that's
of Warcraft.
that's understandable. I
used to dream about gameplay in RuneScape.
I did. I dreamed about
too.
Final Fantasy like so many times.
You just dream. And so like even when you're sleeping, you're still in the fucking game.
Yep.
I don't think Final Fantasy 11 for like several years. I hardly even ever logged off the game. Like I was always on it. If I wasn't asleep, I'd nod off, be back on. It was very
hell
addictive.
yeah. That's how I was, 100% too. I would dream both that I was playing the game in my sleep, like like I'm like almost like real life, or dream that I was the character in the game too.
That's when you're playing way too much.
I know, way too much. It like became like VR in my dream. It almost was exciting to go to bed. If only if I had to stop grinding my character though to do that.
Final Fantasy 11 was all about the grinding. It really was. Like a lot of people don't like that style, but I did. Like 3.5 hours to kill a dragon, and I tell people that they're like, "Why?" But it was fun. It was a fun event. I enjoyed. Now people want to be lazy and want to level faster, and I kind of like the slow grind.
Yeah, I like the slow grind too, because I feel like it's not as committal.
Fun.
It's not like as competitive, so like you can just like if you're a slow grinder game player, then you can just kind of like take it at your own leisure and enjoy it thoroughly. You don't have like feel the need to like beat the game really fast or something.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like to run to the end of the game. I like to take my time getting pets and all the important things.
I think
like
if
that.
the game is fun, a slow grind is fine. But I think like games, in my opinion, classic WoW was insanely slow, and I played it. And I did not like it. And like how slow the characters move too. Like maybe if the characters moved a little faster and
Just like the animation is slow, you mean?
Yeah, if it was just more stimulating for my brain, the grind could be as long as they wanted, but it's just so...
Yeah, I get that way too sometimes. If it just takes me too long to explore. Because I'm okay with exploring for years, but I don't want to actually get to new places to take too long, yeah.
Yeah, I did not like how long everything took. Do I? Yes, I do, Baki. Anyway, yeah, I hated that.
You're right. I hated that too. Sometimes it was like an hour and a half to get to like a place to camp to level.
Yeah.
That was a pain in the...
Yeah, definitely.
I don't mind taking like an hour and a half to level in the first place when I'm actually doing it, but like I hate just random slowness, and I love when my PvP is insanely fast paced. Like that's why I like Apex, because it's so fast paced.
Yeah, it's a nice change.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of just human psychology though, is like the grind, and that's like in real life too. Like getting to a goal will almost always be more rewarding than getting there. Like nothing in life is as good as it seems like it is. The fun is in the chase. And I think that's why a lot of people like really or this is why the video game industry is successful, because you'll beat a game, you'll love playing it, but when you get there, what the fuck happens? And then you're like, well, now what? So you move on to the next game and you do the game again. Like if it's one that you can complete. Or like in the case of a grinding game, that's also appealing because you don't ever really finish the game. There's always DLC, there's always new content. So you're never getting to that end of the game feeling. You're just constantly in the progression high. It's not like, because whenever you beat a game, you're like, he's like, yeah, you beat the boss, then like the credits come, and then you just feel kind of like the deflation of your adrenaline. And it's like, now what?
Yeah, see, that's why I like Final Fantasy 11 and games like The Witcher, because you've got so much content, whereas other games that have started out like Terra, think games that have coming out recently, MMOs, that people rush to the end and then there's nothing to do because they don't expect people to complete the content so quickly, so they don't have anything. So when you get to end game, people are just sitting around and then the ending
Basically,
go
what
ending
you're
zone.
saying is they put out leveling content, but they don't finish the end game content, so they're releasing
Releasing the
partial
game
games so they can just get to the release point. I wouldn't say that's a player's problem. I actually think that's a development problem.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you should be releasing a game without the end game content in place.
There
and then
is.
You shouldn't get upset that people finished the game so fast that you couldn't release your end game content fast enough. But you should expect people to speedrun games. It's what people do. It's what people always want to get to end game content, especially in MMOs, because that's typically the main content. If you're too stupid of a game developer to release the end game content with release, that's your fault, and you're probably going to have a failed game. For example, Terra is now a failed game.
I think it
that's why they
depends.
fail, exactly.
There's a
don't
delicate
anticipate
balance to that. Because on one point, like the industry is saying they don't want you to play this too long because they want to be able to have multiple transactions of different games, sequels, or down the line DLC stuff that you have to pay for, microtransactions in the long run. There is a delicate balance though, because a lot of that's money based. So they don't want to leave you ever satisfied with the game because then they have no one to buy sequels or other content from them. That because if they leave you satisfied, you'll just keep playing that game forever and they won't get any future money out of you. But there is a delicate balance to where they need to make the game have enough content in it to where people aren't finishing it too fast and screwing it over with bad reviews for other people to buy the game. They have to have it long enough to where they can keep the hype going so people keep buying it before someone has like a full review of the whole game. But they don't want to make it so that you're actually in love with the game or else they don't have a future business. So it's like that fine balance.
If they make you in love with the game, and like absolutely love the game, they can add things in like skins, little like extra skills maybe occasionally that don't break the game if you don't have it. You know, just like little things that can add in skins, maybe beginning of the game armor, so if someone wants to skip the dungeon grind so they can start doing beginner raids, nothing like end game, they can sell that, for example.
Yeah, it just depends on
things that don't break the game. You can actually do this.
Yeah, it depends if the game is something online or not. Like single player games, I can understand there's not much in-game content because they want you to buy the sequel or download DLCs for it. But like that's why the online games do that. They don't really have like an ending necessarily. They might have like big arcs like World of Warcraft. There's always something that you can do, different skins, different pets, different stuff to keep it fresh and exciting until like the next installment major comes out. Like or like League of Legends with different skins and things. But for single player games like an Elder Scrolls or a Skyrim, you know that you know if not online, I mean, you know, Elder Scrolls Online is different from Skyrim. If it's a single like game launch, then I can understand why they may not want to make it to where there's a lot of in-game content because they want you to buy a sequel. So it's like Pokemon, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a balance.
It is what it is.
It's the industry. They gotta make money.
Terra is trying again. I think they have a game, Terra 2 is coming out, I believe in 2020 this year.
Oh god, it's
Maybe
gonna be
they'll
fucking
get it
awful.
It is. They're probably gonna tank in a couple months, but I have my hopes out
It's
because I
what they
really
do.
loved it.
Like MMOs, they become so money hungry within like the first bit that they literally can't help themselves, but basically just sell out and ruin their games every single time. They're just MMO developers are fucking disgusting. It's prepare to all be disappointed by Terra 2 because pretty quick they're gonna go full Arcade and release some insanely OP gear that you can buy on the store, and then they crush everyone. Like, I don't trust MMOs at all. They're fucking even WoW was ruined. Like vanilla, they just
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Say
definitely.
Final Fantasy's new expansion, Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers, is excellent. It is the best Final Fantasy. It's as good as Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8. If you play any of those games, the console games, it is absolutely amazing story. I mean, everybody's going crazy. I'm not talking about the ones prior to that, but Shadowbringers, the new expansion, great storyline, great content. They did a really good job. So good job, Square Enix. But they're like the only one that seems to keep going and not dying.
Good
a
for
lot
them.
of die really
I haven't
quick.
played that one, but yeah, that's awesome though. I like games that do that keep putting out content. Okay, another question is, how do you sift through weirdos to find actual friends since you're online and are exposed to so many weirdos?
Luck.
Because we like, just like we were
Honestly,
saying,
it
people
comes
can seem
down
like your
to
friend.
luck.
Mm-hmm.
Because
This-
people will pretend
yeah.
to be normal. Like, I've
Oh,
had
yeah.
a guy even know I had a boyfriend, and he's like, oh, let's hang out. We'd been friends for so long. Shows up in Vancouver. We start hanging out, and he starts getting upset that I'm texting my boyfriend.
Wow.
Like, losing his shit upset. And, like, he started messaging my friends being like, well, why doesn't she like me? Like, I spent all this money to come here. Like, why doesn't she want to,
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, why, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, like,
I hate
what?
that.
And he was so normal at first, and then he just wasn't. It's crazy.
When they think that just because they are able to come and visit you and you think it's platonic, you know, like, they're like, why didn't you like me? I came all this way. I'm like, I'm sure you came many times before that. It's not going to make me like you. You know what I mean? It's that's not how that works. Just because you like someone doesn't mean that they're entitled to like you back like that, you know? And it's hard. That's why it's hard for people to find, like, friends that they can be platonic, especially with guys, without it being weird, or sometimes with girls. The girls can, you know, in this industry, sometimes it's harder to find genuine girls and who don't just want to, like, leech off of you too. I've seen that before. It's not as common
Yeah.
though as it is with guys who feign normalcy and then end up being fucking psychotic. So
I'm not talking about Vader, Daniel. I have no idea where you're getting that from. Vader's never came to Vancouver to visit me, so nice try. Anyway, moving forward. I noticed a lot of girls on this platform actually will, like, pretend to be your friend.
mhm.
Unless a girl, like, actually will talk to me off stream, I've noticed. Or, like, talk to me more than just about, you know, random shit. I usually, like, for example, Ammo, I can DM you and you actually message me back.
Yeah.
Other people, they won't. But when it comes to time, like, for them to be beneficial to them, they'll, like, be my best friend.
Yeah. Or, like, the type of people who only come up to you when you're streaming, as opposed, like, when you're off stream at a convention. And
Is
to
that-
actually
that-
just
you
have a
notice that a lot?
conversation. I've seen that kind of thing too. Some people will come up to me only when I'm streaming. And then people like you, we actually hang out, we know, in places you can't even stream. So
Yeah.
that's how you can kind of, like, tell who the people who actually want to get to know you are versus the people who are like, hey, leech. You know what I mean?
Give me your viewers.
Yeah. It's like, shout out. I always get those people randomly, like, in a Walmart or at the store too. These guys who are like, hey, can I shout out my SoundCloud? Oh, you're live? Can I shout out my SoundCloud? And I'm like, dude, these aren't the type of audience that wants to follow you. So it's like, it's just weird. Some people are, like, so entitled. It's like, if you have a platform, they're like, hey, shout out me, by the way. It's like, who the fuck are you? I don't know. Those types of people they boggle my mind. It's like,
They're wild. I mean, absolutely wild.
oh, definitely. Oh, we actually do have
also-
some.
I think it's just Twitch's nature, though. People are basically
Find it.
heartless to get ahead. Like,
Dude,
they'll
they
do
are.
anything.
Some people, not all people. Some people.
Not all. Quite a few, actually. But I think you're pretty closed off, Ammo, because I don't think anyone like, I barely know anyone who actually, like, talks to you.
Yeah, people usually talk about me, but they don't actually at me.
That's unfortunate.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's really, yeah, yeah. And people will come in, they'll be like, to me, they'll be like, yeah, Ammo's such a hoe, and I'm like, actually, she's only slept with one person, but you know what,
Yeah.
you do you, boo-boo.
In a relationship, I don't do hookups.
Like,
It's
she's
like
married. I'm like,
unsanitary and not appealing emotionally either. I don't know. People are crazy. They're
It's
like,
okay, you're my wife,
like
boo.
they're like,
You're
hot
totally
girl, models online must be a whore. Like, that's not how that works. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are models who walk a catwalk in front of thousands of people on TV, like the Victoria's Secret runway models, why are they like goddesses? But girls who do it on Instagram and have taken entrepreneur into their own hands and learned to monetize themselves without having to go through an agency and get all of the profits, why are they suddenly whores for doing like the same type of like exposure level? It's like a weird thing. I don't know. Or like, why are girls at the pool in a bikini? They don't have to be that exposed, but they're not whores, right? It's like, that's just a weird perception that I feel like a lot of culture has, and it's not necessary at all.
In Canada, it's legal for you to go around topless.
Oh, is
as a
it?
woman. Oh yeah, yeah. And so I refuse to get tan lines in the summertime when I'm at the beach. So I just go out with my top off. And I've had guys, basically, like, guys I was dating be like, yeah, if you ever do that around, like, people I know, I'll break up with you. I'm just like, Okay, I get that, but it's my choice to not have 10 lines.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't get that either. Seriously.
It's fine if you show random people your titties, but not fine if you show people your titties, if you know them apparently. So.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I feel like people should
And
just
it's
be able
fine
to
for
do
him
what they
to show
want.
his titties.
So you can just do what you want. Like, as long as you're comfortable with it and the other person that you're exchanging whatever situation is comfortable with it, I don't think we should be judging or labeling or anything.
True.
Okay, this is the best part, chat. I know you've been waiting for this for a long time. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Hit it.
First, let's get into it. Let me make sure this page doesn't have any weird pictures. Now we are going to discuss some news stories. Okay. Let's see if I can make this one match the right screen for it. Oh! What's happening? Oh,
We're going
I know what
into
it
the
did.
news.
It ruined up your layout. Let me get you back. Nope, wrong one.
Bye, chat.
This one? This one. There you go. You're back. Okay.
To the
We
guy
had a
who
new
keeps
profile.
constantly adding me saying stop touching your nails, I have a legitimate anxiety disorder. Stop.
need
Why
this
don't you
one.
try stopping breathing and tell me how that goes? Okay. Alright. And then I'll figure out how to stop fidgeting. Alright.
Let me
Good luck, dude.
rearrange this slightly. Now we're going to be reading some of the articles that my chat has shared to the Discord of weird news things to discuss and what our thoughts on them are. And this one is going to be fun. I saw a lot of these articles and I was like, oh, this is good. This is content right here.
Oh boy.
So let me rearrange some of this a little bit. Just so like y'all can see like the headlines and things we're talking about. It says Florida man repeatedly offers to show IHOP patrons his genitals and condoms. Like, what the fuck? Oh my, there's a lot of these. Like, it is shocking just how many of these types of stories are out there. And it's always Florida men. I don't know why. Florida man.
Yeah, Florida's crazy.
This is what we talk about on my podcast. I never wanted to be like stuff that like political. I wanted to be funny drama in the world happening. Weird shit. A Florida man who repeatedly showed guests at an IHOP condoms as he tried to get them to look at his genitals, stole donuts hours after he was released from jail, according to the county sheriff's office. Deputies said that they were called to IHOP at around 3 a.m. Saturday because guests complained about Allen's. Oh, he's an Allen. Oh, RP for the Allens out there.
Oh, boy.
Allen's approaching their tables and offering to display his genitals while he showed them condoms. Like, what the fuck?
Oh boy.
What the fuck? Managers asked him to leave, but he refused, records show. He's 24 years old. He had reportedly been involved
Did
with
anyone
deputies.
take him up on the genitals, like seeing them?
I don't. They don't show it on the article. The
Was
genitals.
anyone like, yeah, I'm into it? Let's
Probably. It's 3 a.m. at IHOP. Someone has to be into it.
Yeah, some drunk dude was like, fuck yeah.
Let's go. He's like, he bonded out of jail that same day, only to be arrested again around 4 p.m. In that incident, deputies said he went to a gas station, ate one donut inside the store, and walked out without paying. Records show that he admitted to stealing the snacks to give it to a law enforcement officer because all cops love donuts.
Oh my.
So he walked out with two. Well, he walked out with one. He ate the other one in the store. He didn't pay for either of them. Have you ever seen somebody flash you at a public place? Have you ever been flashed?
Yes.
You have? Tell me that story. If you can. If it's not too painful.
I've been flashed at a public place.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that I was underage.
Oh.
I don't know if you want me to tell the story
That's
or not.
creepy. Can you say what
I
kind of
don't
place it
know.
was? Was it like a store or like... Is that also like too much?
It was at the beach,
Oh.
and I was pretty young. but I think I looked older, and he just like
So he targeted you. It wasn't like he happened to
That's
be naked.
disgusting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gross.
my stepdad was a police officer, and he didn't know it off duty, and he got right on. He handled the situation.
Yay!
That's crazy, though.
That guy got caught. That was crazy, but
Big time caught.
Ugh.
good reason too.
Yikes. Yeah, I
Did he
I
get
haven't gotten
charged?
flashed as an adult, but another kid
Yes,
flashed me.
He got
When I was a
arrested
kid.
for indecent exposure. Know if there was
Wonderful.
what other charges were put against him. I felt like it should have been more.
I feel like there should be more for that. Like, why would you flash a minor girl? And that's like I feel like that's like a next level of basically being a predator. Like, you move on from just indecent exposure to being a predator at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have had to sign like a sex offenders. You know how they have to sign the sex offenders list every year, check in. They might have made
Yeah.
him be a registered sex offender.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
think
thing.
so.
He deserves that.
Yeah. When I was in second grade is the only time I got flashed by another second grader. It was in my
Second grade?
neighborhood, actually, right in front of like my house. We had kids on the street that my brother and I played with. And my brother had gotten into an argument with another kid who lived way down the street. And one of our neighbor kids was also there. And so this kid who did the flashing was just in between my brother and the other guy as they were arguing back and forth. And he just kind of looked to the other, kept looking back and forth. And then he didn't know how to break up the argument. So he just dropped his pants and was like, oh, like he made this kind of face. He's like, oh, as his like little tiny penis was like flapping in the wind. And it was just really, really awkward because I'd never seen one before at that age. And I was like, oh, God. I just know that you are not supposed to see that from like, you know, like when you walk in onto a family member in the bathroom, you're like, oh, it was like the same thing.
Oh no!
And like my brother did and the other kid too. We were all just at the same time in unison, like, oh, and everyone just went home.
Well, I mean, I guess
I was like, what a way to break up a fight. And so I went home and we told our dad, my brother and I did, and he was like, you're not allowed to play with that kid anymore. I'm like, okay. I was like, we didn't want to do that. We were so like violated, like we needed eye soap, you know, just like, I can't believe that happened. And it was just so awkward. Luckily his family moved shortly after, so.
Okay. I don't know if I'd tell my kid not to play with them anymore. I just kind of laugh because like that's 5 head. Like, people are fighting, and you're like, what is the best way to make these people stop fighting? You just fucking
I don't
shot
think
at
my
it.
dad knew the context. We were just like, this kid just pulled down his pants.
I don't know.
Dude, yeah, they're just kids. Like, I don't think it's adults. Like, you know, like, you're just...
Yeah,
Kids.
I would be the same if I was a parent. But yeah, that's
You
how
guys
that
were
went
fighting?
down. Huh?
2 guys are fighting, and you dropped your top. Do you think you'd break up the fight?
Probably.
I actually think you would, yeah.
I do
Pretty
too.
quick.
They'd be like, what? They wouldn't know
If
what to
I
do, but then
whipped
you
my
run.
kitties out in front of some guys who are fighting, 100% they're gonna stop fighting.
What would they even do, though? I wonder how they would
I don't
react
know,
to
they're
that.
second grader.
It's just like
Why
a,
is your titties out?
Their mouth's just gonna drop because they're gonna be expecting it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be shocking.
very
Yeah.
Like
unexpected.
they're not gonna be. They're like, oh, you know, and then they see boobies. It's like,
Someone's gonna be like, you're talking about performing something illegal. You're not allowed to do that. Actually, in Canada, you are. So, report away.
then I would go to jail, right?
Yeah, you would. I won't.
But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know what guys would do. I'm not gonna test it to find out, but I still kind of wonder what would
I'm
happen.
not testing it because you know it could raise other problems.
Oh, definitely, 100%, absolutely.
In jail for one.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Let's see another
Not Europe. Boobs
article.
are not that special. What do you mean? Guys love boobs.
What is
Just
it? You
'cause
think
you're in
that's
Europe
just
doesn't mean
instinct?
you're gonna be like, boobs.
Chat, tell us, what is it about boobs that guys just like are obsessed with? Is it just like the design of them, or do you think it's just like a biological nature instinct thing?
I think it's biology.
Biology,
Mhm.
probably. Here's
Either like
a good one.
boob or buttman. Which one are you?
What'd you say?
There's either men that like your breasts or your butt. I said which one are the guys in chat?
Oh yeah.
Both.
I'm the both man. I would be that person.
Both.
Like
I'm the
I
both
think
man too.
Both.
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 So here's another news article. Tinder warns the wannabe hookups to keep social distance for the new coronavirus.
Crap, yeah, I got something in my email about that, and that got me really scared, but I'm trying not to panic. It reminds me of that flu that we all freaked out about years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's been several of those throughout history. But yeah, they're like, hey, Tinder's warning you. So maintain a social distance to protect yourself against the coronavirus. It's difficult to maintain a social distance on a date or in bed. But in Pop Up Alert headline said, your well-being is our number one priority. The dating app suggested keeping a social distance in public gatherings. So the app suggested it. It appears when users swipe through profiles for potential dates. Interesting. Tinder is a great place for meeting new people. While we want you to continue having fun, protecting yourself from coronavirus is more important. That's actually interesting. So guys, Tinder stock's probably going down, or it's going to if it hadn't yet. Like, you should buy that, because right after it's done, people be thirsty as fuck. It's time to buy some Tinder stock.
The thing is I don't really understand, for example, Tinder doing that. Because coronavirus's actual mortality rate is super low in the population of people who actually use Tinder. And it typically will come in as just like a normal cold. Meanwhile, like pneumonia symptoms and stuff will usually hit people who are like 30 plus, and the death becomes like a 3% in like 80 plus range.
Right. It seems to affect like people who are either old or
15% in 80 plus range. So like it's way more likely that, I don't know, I just don't think the people who use the Tinder app are likely to die or like have any serious issues.
That's true, but nobody wants to get sick, even if it's just like flu symptoms. So yeah, that's true.
True.
It just kind of fucks up your whole day, you know?
Yeah.
Your whole few weeks if you do get sick.
Jenna, the issue is that it can spread from those young people to their elderly family. Yeah, and I'd like to counter your point with so can influenza.
Yeah.
And influenza does that more so than coronavirus has.
Yeah, and what they're showing you right now, as I used to be an EMT paramedic, wash your hands. Most people do not do it properly. You do it for 30 seconds under warm water. You wash it really good under your fingernails. It's something like I read an article that 97% of Americans don't wash their hands properly.
Oh, I'm one of them. That's why I just have hand sanitizer. That's the reason
the germs get spread like that. And then they you touch your face, and they're touching grocery carts and everything else. Wash your hands and don't touch your face when you're out. It's a very good way not to get sick.
Do you think,
unless of course it's airborne?
Do you think that hand sanitizer is just as good, or do you think washing hands is still better?
Hand sanitizer is good, like if you don't have it too. Just make sure you use the friction, because a lot of people don't know friction will also kill germs. So when you're using a hand sanitizer, use some friction on your hands for like 30 seconds and it will have the same effect.
Okay.
But the friction of rubbing your hands together for 30 seconds is really important, even if you don't have hot water somewhere, because some public bathrooms don't really give you hot or warm water. You can just do the same thing. Just make sure you're using a lot of friction when you do it, and you'll kill those germs.
Good to know. Chat, there you go. Use the friction. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. Use the friction. Don't be afraid of the friction. 30 seconds, guys.
That's all you need is 30 seconds with friction.
30 seconds. 30 seconds of friction.
30 seconds?
Seconds.
Well, 30 seconds.
Freudian slip.
I love it. 30 seconds. You heard it here. You heard it here first. All right, let's hit this next article. Let me see. Oh, this is crazy. What? So here's a story for you. Canadian boy, 8, wins $200 worth of cannabis products at a youth hockey tournament. Like,
what?
It's legal in Canada? I think it is, right? I don't know. Is it legal in Canada?
There's no way he could keep them. It's 19 plus.
That's crazy. He won it at a hockey tournament. I guess like the adults had put it, or someone had put it in a bottle. So a grandfather in Canada says he was outraged after finding out what his 8-year-old grandson had won at a raffle youth at a youth hockey tournament. And a raffle at a youth hockey tournament. About $200 worth of marijuana products. His grandson had entered the raffle tickets to win a prize. And that was, I guess, the prize? Each team is usually responsible for putting a gift basket of prize package together with the minimum minimum raffle value of $50. And then what they do is they have a big setup and they have a paper bag taped in front of each of these prizes. The prizes are usually geared towards children, usually, right? The grandson had put in his tickets in a particular bag. His family was later notified that he had won $200 worth of pot. So maybe he put it in the wrong raffle bag. I don't know. My grandson thought it was a great prize. Dad, I won chocolate. No, son.
What chocolate?
These are drugs, not chocolate. How do you explain that to a
We
kid?
got cookies?
Oh, they're bad there's bad drugs in the chocolate because he thinks the weed chunks are chocolate, I guess. That's weird. It's like, how do you explain that to a kid? It's like the Dawson Creek Minor Hockey Association. Dawson Creek, lol. Issued a statement explaining that the prize was meant for adults. Awkward. That's
prize,
awkward. What would you
So,
do?
like, how did someone had to give it to
Not
the
for a
kid,
kid.
though?
Huh?
You don't just get it. Like, someone had to give it to that kid.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
So, technically, someone broke the law.
Yeah. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Mm-hmm.
They should probably fire whoever was like, it's a great idea to give this 8-year-old this raffle prize.
That's crazy. Whew.
So,
There's no place for drugs at a child's hockey tournament. This is ridiculous. Like, yeah, I have to agree with that. What would you do if your kid,
but
like...
the thing is that marijuana, it's like kind of like saying, I don't think they'd be upset if they had like a bottle of liquor or like wine, for
Right.
example, on the raffle. But they're only upset because it's marijuana. Meanwhile, marijuana legally is on par with alcohol in Canada. So
Oh, in
I
Canada.
don't
Here
see
it's
an issue
illegal.
with it as long as they actually make sure it's not given to kids, whether it be alcohol, wine, or anything.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, for Texas it'd be like crazy, but yeah, because it's Canada, I guess I could see it not being as big of a,
It's not.
faux pas. But here in Texas it's still illegal, so that's great. But no, that's crazy. I can't imagine that in Texas. It's like, Dad, I won weed. Like, what?
You're like, how mad would you be if that was your kid? And they're like, look what I won.
I would only be
Chocolate!
mad if they had started to consume it. Because then it's like, that's just
Yeah, that's
irresponsible.
true.
I wouldn't be mad if they had just found, like, I'd be kind of proud of them that they hadn't have tried to eat it. You know what I mean?
You're
If they
right.
think it's
I'd
chocolate.
be proud that they didn't like try to eat it. They brought it to you first for inspection.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely be mad at whoever gave it to him. I'm like, you handed the child this?
I'm not gonna lie, by 8 years old, I knew what weed was. I would have been like,
Did you? I had no idea.
I was not.
Did you
sheltered.
hit it,
I grew
Jenna?
up in a really poor area, and like, yeah, I would have been like, got my weed.
I'm an adult now. I'm a big kid now. Jenna's like, I'm ready. Bring on the adult fun times.
I don't know. I didn't really. Now I miss the non-adult stuff because I always wanted to be an adult, and now I realize that I like really just want a parental figure so I can like, figure my stuff out. When I like rushed going through being a teenager and didn't figure my stuff out, so yeah.
Oh no, we got a weeb on this thing. Maybe. Michigan man stabbed with a samurai sword for not buying pot for partner, report says. Like, holy
Where
crap.
in Michigan was
What?
this? I want to avoid this sordid man.
What the fuck? A Michigan man was attacked by a samurai sword-wielding partner last month after he allegedly didn't buy marijuana for the suspect, according to a report on Wednesday.
What?
Oh, this is a different Neil Patrick, not Harris. A different one. Neil Patrick Wasinski, 28, was hit with various assault charges on January 18th, 2 days after allegedly punching the victim's ribcage and stabbing him with the 21-inch sword inside the suspect's apartment. What the fuck, dude?
It's not funny. I just why I'm laughing. It just I can't believe it's
Because
real.
it's ridiculous.
so
it's not like a funny,
outrageous.
like, that's hilarious. It's like,
Wait,
this
did
so
he live?
ridiculous. Not my Neil
I
Patrick.
mean, come on. I use it for pain and for other reasons, but I wouldn't stab someone with a samurai sword.
Holy shit. Can weed cause withdrawals that make you angsty?
No.
So you
Yeah,
must have
you
been
can-
already
you can
angsty for
develop
different
a
reasons. Then.
reliance to marijuana, but I wouldn't call it an addiction, if that makes sense.
And you
Right.
can't
But a
overdose.
lot of people develop unhealthy reliances on weed. Like, for example, some people's brains will become wired so they only get hungry when they smoke weed. And the only solution to that is to basically taking a really solid break off weed.
So it's probably somebody who already had psychological issues who was using weed to like calm them down or something like that. And then now that they don't have it, they're going crazy because they're not being calmed.
Yeah, some people use it for anxiety and stuff, and some people I know, like, who have schizophrenia, it works for very few people with schizophrenia, so please don't do this. They use marijuana to, like, stay stable, so I feel like this could be bad. Okay.
It
Not
continues
having-
There
though.
could have been someone using it for a mental reason and then didn't have it. I don't know. I don't have an explanation for why somebody would draw a sword on someone over marijuana.
Oh, but it continues. Still armed with the bloody sword, Wasinski chased the 23-year-old victim into the parking lot before they took refuge in their separate apartments, the victim said. Police were called to the scene around noon on January 16th when they found the victim smoking a cigarette while holding a bloody towel to his side. He suffered multiple stab wounds to the arm and torso and was taken to a local hospital in critical condition but has since recovered. Well, that's good. The victim,
That is okay.
yeah, the victim said he was Wasinski's boyfriend of 1.5 years and claimed his partner decided to attack him after he failed to buy him marijuana. Officers returned to Wasinski's apartment where he refused to open the door. Eventually, they took him outside where the suspect spat on one of the officers' faces, and that's not good. That's not a good idea. Wasinski was charged with assault with intent to murder, assault with a dangerous weapon, and assaulting or resisting police. The attempt to murder charge was reportedly dismissed after Wasinski pleaded no contest to the other charges during a February 13th hearing. Happy Valentine's Day, partner, right? That sucks.
I would not dismiss that. What the heck?
That's insane.
Because, like, that's a closed shut deal. You don't have to dismiss nothing.
Oh my god. Have you ever had anyone that you've seen, like, that you've witnessed, maybe not necessarily to you, but have you witnessed, like, people doing, like, a violent act before in front of you? Have you ever been, like, a witness to something like that?
Well, I got daddy issues.
Oh, that's true.
It wasn't a robbery, but it wasn't like nothing violent happened, thank God. But it was quite scary.
Yeah, I haven't. I've lived a very sheltered life, and I'm lucky that I haven't been exposed to it. But yeah, no, not from me. So if I saw that, I don't even know what I would do. It's like calling the police, I guess, is the only thing you can do. You don't want to get involved because you can get stabbed too.
It was terrifying too because I had my roommate with me, and I also had my dog with me, and we had to like crawl down the aisle because they wanted us all to go into the back room after he left. In case he tried to, like, case the police got there before he could escape. They were afraid he might try to take hostages. So we all had to go into the back room and, like, get in a freezer, and then and it wouldn't shut all the way. It didn't close the room that they had us in. So we were, like, terrified. And before that, he had pointed a gun at Kim and he was telling everybody to get down. And she froze. And because she was so scared. And I thought he was going to shoot her, and so did the checker. And the checker was so traumatized thinking that he was going to shoot Kim that she ended up having to go through like counseling and all kinds of stuff after that. But luckily, nobody was hurt.
Well, that's good.
I was in California. I haven't had any really crazy stuff happen since I've been in Michigan. Cross my fingers. It's just most of the crazy stuff was all in California.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. But how about Australia? Because this.
I don't know if this is like
I think that's why they stopped
Violent
those grocery stores open 24 hours.
So I was at a party when I was 16, and this guy who's 17 had his N at the time, so that's like your partial license. Anyway, he shows up in his parents' truck, and we all get wasted. Super fun. We're all supposed to sleep over there. Needless to say, homie thinks he's sober so he can drive.
Oh no,
and so
that's
he
not a
tries
good
to
idea.
drive, and then he's telling the dad who's in charge of the youngins' party, that like fuck you, I can drive home, it's my truck, I have like, you know, blah blah blah. And so he starts like basically like trying to fight the dad, and so he just leaves and gets in the truck. And so this dad is fucking giant, by the way, comes over and he punches straight through the fucking window, like the driver's side window. He just fucking annihilates it and grabs the kid and pulls him out the fucking window.
What the fuck?
And
That's crazy.
he's like, "You're not driving." And then so this kid, the kid who was doing it, Nick, calls his parents saying like this guy fucking like broke the car, blah blah blah, like he assaulted me. And so the parents come and start getting mad at the dad, and then the dad tells them like the story, and they all turn on Nick, and they're all like, "You're fucked, buddy."
That sucks.
But yeah, he like full on annihilate, like one punch the window, it just shattered. I've never seen anything like it.
God, that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's more reason to get a Tesla truck. Australian man guilty of using cell phone while riding a horse because he didn't have hands-free device. I didn't know this was a thing now. Is this only in Australia? This is a law?
It's a horse.
Why? It's a horse. Like, why do you have to be hands free?
Australia is fucking
Understand.
weird.
You could like, yeah, I don't know.
Or he was using the cell phone while riding a horse. And so it's like they're treating it like a car, I guess. He and the horse were stopped by a police officer after he was seen holding a cell phone to his ear while riding on a rural road. A rural road. It's hard to say.
Rural.
I know.
You got this.
The magistrate judge said under the road rules, a horse is a vehicle. He didn't have a hands-free device fitted to the horse. Wow.
I don't know.
He didn't have
If I
a
was
hands-free
cop,
device
I
hooked
would've
up to the
let him
horse.
off on it.
He needs to have the phone on
Bluetooth
strapped to
and
the
have
saddle
it.
on speaker mode or on a headset.
Okay.
Apparently. Wow. Like I've had someone charged with being drunk on a horse before, but just one, the judge said after admitting this case was a first for him. Like now
Wait,
that
you can't be drunk on a horse either?
I feel like this is a case where the officer, there was no one else on this road. He's working out in the area, and he's like, I have to fulfill these quotas. And so he's like, you, sir, on the horse,
Yeah.
ticket for you, sir.
He was probably stopped too. He was probably just like stopped.
He
Didn't do anything,
was.
like on the sidewalk. He's like, quota, you, hey, you're on a cell phone.
I don't know. I've got caught on the street, for example, stunting, which is, yeah. Anyway, I didn't know necessarily that like drifting corners was illegal, and I don't know. He pulled me over, and I'm like, well, I didn't endanger anyone. Like I completed said thing, and he's like, all right, fine. It's illegal. If you do it again, I'll impound you next time. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know it was legal. So, yeah. Sorry, officer, I didn't know. Dude, I can promise you, if you're in Canada and you want to get off on a speeding ticket, almost anything, just say you didn't know. Like, my friend, he's American, and he
I
was
feel
going...
so sheltered now.
It was like 80 kilometers in a 50 zone, and he was like, oh, I thought it was miles per hour. I'm from America. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And he was fine.
I will say that the Canadian police are so nice because I don't live far from there. They are so nice. Yeah, you definitely. I hate to say it, but you could get out of a ticket just by saying sorry, I didn't know, and just being polite.
Oh.
You were like reckless driving, you know, doing something obviously drunk, things like that. But speeding tickets and things like that, they'll usually let it slide.
You can actually
Michigan's like that too.
honestly, you can go to court for a ticket. I've noticed a lot in BC, and like try to dispute it instead of pay for it. And a lot of times the cops won't show up to court, and so you just get off immediately.
Yeah, and
If the cop
also
doesn't show up, for example, say he's working or something, and you get off instantly.
you get off, and also if you just for showing up, the judge will reduce the fine. If
Really?
you show up to court. It's just it's a way to get you to go to court because I've seen people don't show up, then they have to send out a warrant. So it's a little, you know, oomph to get them to go to court.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Speaking
I like
of
how
getting
we're all
off,
talking about how like the law has like strange loopholes at this point.
this is weird.
Teaching you guys we're like being bad. We're teaching you guys bad things.
We're bad influence on the toilets are like, I can't do all these things.
Don't actually do what we tell you.
Don't listen to anything we're saying, basically.
We're talking about people who shouldn't be doing things. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
This
These are
article
things I've learned
strikes
not
me
to do.
as weird.
But yeah.
This one
Whoever
is.
said they wondered if the horse got a ticket, I wondered the horse.
I don't think the horse gets a ticket. He probably got a sugar cube. Maybe he ate a donut. I don't
Do
know.
they impound the horse?
they impounded.
Like what if I'm speeding?
What if
okay,
you're
on
drunk?
my
Would they
horse?
impound it?
Do they impound the horse?
I don't know. Can they tow a horse too now if it's like standing somewhere it shouldn't be?
I don't know. Can they? It's a vehicle, so technically,
If
they're
it's
saying
a
the same
vehicle,
laws apply.
yeah. Can't be animal control. It's a vehicle. Hey, yeah, I would argue that with the police officer. Okay, so you're gonna impound my horse, trying to call it a vehicle?
Yeah, I don't know. Here's
Good
another one
question.
though. Woman pees alcohol despite not drinking a drop. What the fuck? A woman has been diagnosed with a never-before-seen condition after doctors discovered she was urinating alcohol without drinking a single drop. The unnamed patient, 61, we're going to call her Betty. Betty has become the first person in the world to be diagnosed with urinary autobrewery syndrome, caused by yeast in her bladder that ferments sugar in her urine to produce alcohol. The fuck? The
Does that
process...
burn?
I don't know. The process is almost exactly the same as the one used by
don't-
beer makers, but it was happening in her own body. At first,
Can you
this is
drink
gonna
it?
become somebody's kink. They're gonna be like, "Oh, baby, make alcohol for me." Like,
God.
I love drinking my girls' alcohol. Her
Wait, does
her
that make her
juices.
squirt also alcoholic? So like,
Oh, is that why beer looks like piss and smells like it too? Holy shit! This is piss. Piss. It makes so much sense now. Damn, I always thought it had a very similar color and scent. Damn.
Corona beer definitely tastes like pee. Well, the smell of it at least.
Well, Corona beer is a lot better than like Bud Light, or any of the other beers. I think like the generic beers. So at least if we're gonna get wiped out by a coronavirus, I'd rather it be coronavirus than like Bud Light virus or something else. Because Corona is actually not a bad beer.
That's true.
I don't
that's
like
true.
beer. There's only really
If
two
it
I
has
like.
lime in it, it's not bad. But without the lime, it's terrible.
Yeah, I like it with lime.
I've never had it. I don't know. I like wine and vodka and rum, but I don't really like beer. And I'm a typical girl.
I
Beer.
rarely drink
Girl.
beer, but there's only two I like. Those two, Corona and Guinness.
I have no idea. The
Guinness is
doctors
way
were
too
shocked
strong.
though. And initially, is it clinicians or clinicians? Clinicians.
I can't even see the word. I'm sorry.
It's in clinic, but with IANS at the end.
I can't
Clinicians.
vision it. One
I'll
sec,
I'll
let
put
me-
it in the Discord. How
let
how
me
would you?
full screen?
Yeah, it's really here.
Clinicians.
Clinicians. Okay.
Mhm.
Clinician. Everyone says it differently. I don't know.
Clinician, I think. Clinician.
They
It's
thought the
clinicians.
patient just must have not been honest about disclosing her alcohol usage. This alcohol thing has been haunting her. How easy it is to overlook signals that the syndrome may be present in some liver transplant patients. He showed how easy it was. The colleagues named the woman's condition urinary autobrewery syndrome and are now calling for doctors to be aware of the condition so patients are not wrongly labeled alcoholics. Damn.
Oh my.
So if you don't drink alcohol and the doctors keep calling you alcoholic, maybe you should show this to them and be like, hey, no, it's a thing. Damn.
Yeah, so next time I drink a ton and I go to the doctors, I'll just be like, hey. It's not what you think.
This could be a way to get out of, like, when the work does, like, samples your pee to make sure that you're clean.
no.
You can be like, I have this disease. I swear.
I
Drug
swear.
testing. Pee in the cup. It's like, no, I swear. That I have a disease. Pretty sure.
Outside a club, being publicly intoxicated, I swear, officer, it's a disease. Swear.
That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy though. I didn't know that was a thing. That's insane to me. Absolutely crazy. We have more of these. I don't know if chat, do you prefer these stories or do you prefer like when we just talk about like our experiences and stuff? I don't know if you like these weird articles or not.
I thought these were pretty funny.
I try to find like crazy ones.
They are pretty funny. I like them.
Poor good. Poor good. They like both.
Stalking. I like them.
Chat likes both.
Both. This is like a troll face. What the heck? Shameless crook. Shameless in the chat. Shameless crook uses court appearance as photo op for modeling career.
Oh.
That is he is gonna be a meme if he's not already. Look at that face. It's so emotable. Well, what the heck? A high.
I want to make.
Yeah.
How?
A high proportion of criminals who appear at court do all they can to avoid press photographers. They hide under umbrellas, pull their hoods over their faces, hide behind a copy of the Metro, or just hurl abuse, flick the V's, and threaten violence. Not Ellis Tarling. That sounds like a model name, to be honest. The out-of-work mechanic, 21, appeared in court after he was caught carrying a knuckle duster. What's that? I don't know what that is.
The look on his face. Can't
It's
take
a
it.
knuckle duster. I'm sheltered. At a retail park in Bristol. But it wasn't his first offensive weapon that got our attention. It was his behavior for the cameras as he left the city's magistrates' courts yesterday. What is it? Brass knuckles. Oh, okay. Okay. He reveled in the press attention and certainly seemed ready for his 15 minutes of fame, adopting an array of poses, pouting and smiling for the camera. Donning a pair of blue jeans, and he knows how to work it, and sporting a black t-shirt and a North Face jacket, he confidently flaunted his assets as he turned the walk of shame into his own personal catwalk. This guy is...
What a god.
What a god among criminals. I wouldn't even say that's that. If you're just
Wow.
carrying it, I feel like it's not even that
He's not
bad.
going to be so happy about being a model when he gets in prison. You know.
The brass knuckles were a fashion statement, probably. He's like, given a bit more time and growth, Tarling's hair would be referred to as a Ketwig in Liverpool. The out-of-work mechanics...
Wait, are brass knuckles illegal where he is?
I guess so. So, like a weapon.
Oh.
Considered a weapon. The out-of-work mechanic
think
shoe
they're legal
pop
in
is
my
something
part.
to behold. It's like, this article is just, like, praising him. The court heard that when his lawyer asked him about the knuckle duster, Tarling, who was convicted of beating someone up last month, replied saying, "I'm a happy drunk. I'm not that sort of person." The solicitor added that he is relying on the bank of mum at the moment, but looking for work.
I love the Bank of Mom.
Oh, hell yeah. He was stopped on the night of February 1st at a retail park and arrested for criminal damage. And during a search, police found the knuckle duster. Police found the knuckle duster in his jacket pocket. He claimed to have found it and picked it up.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, buddy. I find brass knuckles on the ground all the time. You know?
Yeah. You never know. Exactly.
You never know.
Oh no, he didn't. I found this. I picked it up. I even put it on. It just looks that way.
This illegal gun, I found it. On the ground. I swear, officer.
I promise I'm innocent.
This ounce
I
of
didn't do
marijuana
it.
I just found here, officer, just laying here in the open.
This 15 pounds of cocaine in the back of my truck. Yeah, I just found on the ground, so I picked it up. I was bringing it to the police station.
What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit?
That was good, Jenna. I'm bringing it to the police
I don't know if I can
station.
get
Yeah,
that
I was
one.
bringing it to the police station. Yeah. I'm a good Samaritan.
Gym staff horrified as man poos in shower before putting shower head up his bum. Where the fuck is this?
What?
What the
Okay, my friend's a plumber, and so people actually apparently poop in the shower, and it causes the pipes to burst because then they push the poop down the drain with their feet, and they like stomp it down.
Oh my
And so
god.
he has to go, and he's fixed quite a few showers where people have bursted their pipes from pooing in the shower.
What the fuck?
So I'm not even surprised.
Oh my god. Weeing in the shower is usually alright, but come on! That's right. Gym staff were left. That's really right. Amouranth got kicked out of the gym, guys, just so you know. Gym staff were left retching recently when a foul mouthed man allegedly pooed in their changing room showers. Well, we don't know the identity of the person, but now we do know the culprit attends Holben's Health and Fitness in Stockport. Although, he isn't technically a member. Oh my god, what the fuck? He's not even a member.
Wait, then how did he get in?
Maybe he followed someone in, probably, or was like, I forgot my card. I forgot my badge. Oh no. So there's ways. There's ways people can, I'm sure. Sneak in somewhere, know somebody, whatever.
Yeah, it was bimodal.
Gym owner Ben Bardsley was horrified. What a name, Ben Bardsley. When staff alerted him to a member of public who was reportedly getting abusive. Oh my god. The man verbally abused female staff and refused to pay for a day pass before using the shower area as a toilet. Then he broke a shower in what may have been an attempt to clean up himself before heaping more verbal abuse on staff, spitting and leaving the premise. That's crazy. So he didn't get in, technically. I guess they have bathrooms accessible outside the gym area.
Oh.
Meanwhile, one shower head had been broken off and seemingly used to try to find something in the man's bum. But Bardsley put the post on
Wait,
Facebook.
how did they know that? Is it just covered in poop?
I guess. Where it gained thousands of likes. What the fuck? So the owner's like on Facebook and he's like, does anybody know this man? I'm actually reading it. It's posted on here. He walked into the gym and one of the female staff said, hello, how can I help? And he stormed into the toilets, took and took crazy amounts of the blue roll, and then had a shit in the shower. Broke the shower head off. Looked like he pushed the pipe up his bum, then dried off with the blue roll, then left. When approached by another female staff, he threatened both the staff, shouting and spitting. We have never had anything like this in 10 years and want to know who the man is. Oh my god. That's all that they... Hold on, I'm gonna have to... Let me scroll past this. They show the poop. I don't want to show that.
Oh,
no.
gross.
Oh, gross.
No, I don't want to see the poop.
No, I don't know if we can, TOS reasons. I don't know how they are on poop.
I mean, I've seen a lot of poop in my time. So...
He said...
I used to... And when I say that, I don't know if you guys remember ratemypoo.com, but let me tell you, that was a place for me when
What
I was
the
8
fuck?
years
That's
old.
a thing?
RateMyPoo.com.
RateMyPoo.com.
RateMyPoo.com. And it is a bunch of people who submit their poop, and you can rate their poop.
Oh my god.
And I thought it was hilarious.
I know a couple
hundreds of
people that
people
would
have
Oh,
just opened a new tab and are now checking the validity of that statement. Right now, as we speak. He describes what happened in detail, though. He said, there was poo all down 4 showers, bits of it up the walls and everything. The little splatters of poo were everywhere, and it wasn't even like dog poo where you can pick it up. I don't know if he was finding something in his bum or something like that. A shower head had been broken off, and it looked as if it had been used to go up his butt. It was smeared on the end of the shower head, not splattered like everywhere else. This is where it had been in contact with the rectum. Just the end of the pipe was smeared. It wasn't very pleasant. A member of staff managed to give chase and took a picture of him giving the camera the middle finger as he sauntered away from the scene. What the fuck?
Dude, maybe he's into butt stuff.
Sorry. Headphones. I'm sorry.
And,
After
you know, he was trying to do what girls do, but with his butt.
Oh my god. After the
I don't
man
know.
reappeared 30 minutes later, Kirsty, a staff member, asked if he had used the shower and kindly asked him to pay. But soon the situation became completely out of control. Kirsty said he came out and just walked up the corridor and stormed past us. I said, "Excuse me, you're going to have to pay for a day pass, sir." And he used vile language and was very aggressive. I was scared. I put Ben on FaceTime, who's the owner, and he was absolutely raging and kept running, stepping towards and spitting at me. Needless to say, it got quite the coverage on social media. Chris Doran responded online, threatening female staff. Says it all, really. Just a stingy bully who threw his toys out of the pram. And someone else posted, "I swear, without the pictures, you couldn't make this up. Just wow."
Ew.
Oh my gosh. That's
I
crazy.
wonder, like, how do these people become like this?
I don't know.
I went on a couple of really cringy 911 calls, but it's not as bad as
God.
thankfully.
Ugh.
Give me the 911
Yeah, people love
calls.
to stick stuff up their bum and stick other parts of their bodies into things, and then they get stuck, and then they have to call the paramedics, and I had to deal with that. Not
Wait, can you tell us the story?
sure, I'll tell you. Well, one guy was, and I don't even know how he did it, got his, I'm going to use a UK word for it, Todger, stuck in a Coke bottle, a glass Coke bottle. Now, you would not even think that this was possible, but he had got the tip stuck to where if it had kept like that, he would have gotten necrosis and lost his member. And there was nothing we could do. So we just had to kind of stabilize him and take him to the hospital because they were going to have to figure out how to get the Coke bottle out.
Was he trying to pee?
No, he was using it as like a sex toy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And then-
weird.
Yeah, and then another time somebody shoved something up their butt. We knew that they had because they were complaining in that area. And when my partner went to go look, he could see that his sounds so bad, but his butt was open, and he could see that there was something in his bottom, but he kept saying he didn't stick anything in his bottom. He didn't know what he was talking about. But we come to find out that he had stuck a potato, just like a russet potato up his ass, and it had to be removed surgically.
What the
Surgically?
He surgically remove it. I don't know if they
How?
did it endoscopy, how they did it, but yeah, they had to go in because he had shoved it up. And they ended up bringing the x-rays down to this, because lots of times we don't get to find out what happens once you bring people to the hospital. But they actually brought the x-ray back for us to see of how far wedged up, and that was actually...
Oh my gosh.
God damn, that's crazy.
I don't know why people do those things and use such odd things for sex toys, but they do.
I
Dude,
don't
why
even
would
know.
you put a potato up your ass?
Almost every paramedic that I met during training, and any first responder that I knew had other stories of people sticking stuff up their butt or sticking their penis into things. Another girl used a blow dryer
Yeah.
as a sex toy.
A girl did?
Ow!
Yes, but she did not survive. So that was something that happened
Oh
at
my
dad's
God.
police station when I was growing up. Yeah. Guys, don't do that. Please.
What the fuck?
I don't know why people do those things.
Why would that sound
Wait,
like
did
a
you,
good
like,
idea
put
to
it
them?
Inside of her and turn it on?
Yeah, you know that people have even used vacuums. I don't know. And vacuums, that's dangerous. You can really hurt yourself badly if you put a vacuum inside yourself. Don't ever do that in either place. Now, I'm saying that you guys in chat would do that, but don't ever do that. You literally can suck out your insides, and it has happened to people where they've sucked out stuff. It's just don't, please.
Oh my god.
Well, they're
that's crazy.
hesitant to call 911. So by the time we get there, the situation's escalated. They're in so much pain because they're embarrassed to call. But was that against terms of service? I'm sorry.
That's insane.
CTOS. Yeah, it was not fun to be on those calls. At least from what I heard, everybody ended up being okay and hopefully learned a lesson from it.
What the hell? You have crazy experiences.
Dildos? Like, come on, guys. We don't need to put potatoes up our asses. Like, come on. Come on.
That's a pretty good size one, too.
Oh my god.
That's too much for me.
I couldn't get over it when I saw it on the X-ray. I'm just like, what? What? How?
Fuck.
Why? How?
No, thank you.
The shower one still beats them, I think.
Yeah, the pooping in the shower, I think, is still the craziest thing that we've heard so far.
Shower hurt your bottom. That's
That's insane.
Do I
Oh my god.
go skiing or snowboarding? No, I don't. Sorry, guys. I'm Canadian, but I'm from fake Canada, known as Vancouver. And it's actually sunny and 0 snow and not cold. It's great. Absolutely wonderful.
Let me check to see if there were more questions from people on the Discord that it would be fun to discuss. Oh. I think a good question would be, how do you feel about doing a sleeping stream with me? A question from Amouranth. Would you would you want to do, hear me out. What if we all were on camera, okay, like we are in this podcast, except through the night on my stream, just like we are now, we each slept on our own cameras and we had a girls' slumber party right after like a nighttime podcast.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
Would you be down for that?
I think that would be
good
fun.
question,
I think
Amouranth.
that would be easier for me to like not be so nervous going on cam if I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not. I'm definitely gonna have to take
Yeah, I'd be
some
scared
detail
then.
for that.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it would be fun too.
Yeah, because then we
I think
can
that's a good
chat would be
idea.
able to watch all of our windows and try to like wake, at least do the alerts, you know, to wake us up. You might hear it if we have microphones on. I don't know.
Oh, we can wear matching onesies.
That would be fun.
Oh
Matching
my God, I love
pajamas.
onesies.
Yes.
Virtual pillow fight.
Or even like if you ever come down to like Texas, we could all do like an in-person sleep stream too. Slumber
I would
party.
love that. That would be so
That'd
fun.
be really fun too. Either way,
Not that expensive to go down, so if you guys want to plan something, I'd be down.
you all stay with Amaranth and have
Oh my
girls
God!
sleepover
See, I wouldn't
streams.
be nervous then too.
And
I
we could do
seriously
pool
wouldn't be
streams
nervous
together
then.
too in my pool.
Ooh.
And then-
Do you have a hot tub?
I do, but it doesn't get
She
hot.
does.
I have a cold tub. I could get it fixed, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe I'll get it fixed.
'Cause then we
Donation
could
goal
do,
to
like,
fix the
late
hot
night
tub.
hot tub streams where I'll just like, welcome to the tub.
I have a cold tub, but I could get it fixed maybe. So that could be fun.
It could be fun.
Hell yeah.
Hot tub interviews with chat.
Would you watch that, chat? Girl sleepovers with pools and sleep stream? And like in-person podcast? Yeah? Yeah? And we could do IRL streams. That would be fun.
Go to the
Oh my God!
Just
that would
come
be
over for,
fun.
like-
We can IRL stream together, and then like have
We
a
could all
sleepover.
cosplay and
Then
go.
gonna- I know you don't do ASMR, but we could all like do ASMR, so we could like blow your mind with your ears, you know, because you have us all talking in your ears at the same time. You won't know who
I'm
it
not an
is, and-
ASMRist, but
You
I
never
can
know who it
sleep
is,
in
it
the
can-
background while you guys do it.
Jenna can be the one receiving it. She can put
Yes.
on some headphones and listen and be like, reacting live.
Yeah, you can see you
Tingles.
her reactions. Perfect.
No, you're just gonna watch me fall asleep in real time.
Hell yeah. That would be fun.
actually would be
There are
awesome.
questions from them. If you could have dinner with anyone, who would be your ideal dinner guest? That's what Hey Now asked. How about like if you could maybe just instead of dinner, maybe if you could meet if you could spend the day with anyone in the world, whether it's celebrity or like another influencer, who would it be? Maybe that's probably a better way to word it, because dinner is kind of specific. For me, I think I would probably choose. I think Emma Stone could be.
I think I honestly.
Amelia Clark.
I think I'd have a lot of fun hanging out with fucking Bernie Sanders.
Hell
He's
yeah.
hilarious.
Really?
I was gonna say Amelia Clark. I changed my mind. I'm with you, Jenna. Bernie Sanders it is.
That would be
He's so
fun.
fucking funny.
He was like my grandpa or something. I love the man.
I'd actually, yeah, I'd have a great time. Like, I don't, some of the stuff I don't even agree with, but like, how much he claps back on people.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
his sass. Like, oh my god.
That's true. He would be fun regardless of what you believe. It's just
Yeah,
like it would be entertaining either way. That's
Yeah,
true.
but also, I like Amelia Clark from Game of Thrones a lot, so I'd pick her probably if it was not for Sanders. Sanders or Amelia Clark. Either.
Yeah, she's really fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That'd be a really good one. But yeah, we could fix the hot tub chat. It's like 3.5k to fix it, I think.
Chat, make a sub goal. Let's go.
Donation goal.
And people like break in. People can't hop the fence.
I have a big dog. We should be fine.
How big is
Big
Bear now?
Papa?
I wondered how much.
He-
how much
He's
He's a
underweight right now because
Russian
he hasn't been
prison
eating because
dog
he's
now.
been teething. But he should be probably around like 60 pounds at the moment. So yeah, he's 5 months old. So he's getting there. Getting up there.
3.5k buy a new hot tub. I think her hot tub's in ground, so you
Yeah.
can't just buy a new hot tub forehead.
Mm-hmm. They have to fix the heater.
Yep.
That's more annoying.
If it was above ground, yeah, I'd be like, buy a new hot tub, yeah, but it's not.
Yeah,
Then you can get your pool heated too.
that's true. That'd be really nice. To have the whole thing
Make it all
heatable.
night. Yeah.
I have
Make
to
it
see.
fixed.
Yeah.
And you could be in there day or night.
Heck yeah. That'd be really awesome. Yeah.
Bernie interview in the pool with Just Dance in the background, please.
Yes.
That would be so fucking
Pool
funny.
stream.
That'd be amazing. Oh my gosh, we totally could. We can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be like a girl week camp, like summer camp, but just randomly. It'd be really fun.
It's so hot in Texas in the summer.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably do it before then. Like sometime before it gets too hot.
Springtime.
Mm-hmm. But what about coronavirus and traveling?
Shit.
Stay in your car and
Just
don't get
hand
out until you get
sanitizer. I
here.
don't know.
Do you know that Amazon like raised the price of their the masks that cover you to protect you?
Did they really
Fucking
raise
course
it?
they
Supply
did.
and demand. Yeah.
Yes, because my roommate has to buy them for a condition that she has,
Mhm.
and she went to go buy them, and they've gone up in price like 5 or 6 times the price that they normally are because of the coronavirus. They're jacking up prices on the ones that she normally gets off of Amazon.
Yeah, people make a lot of money off of epidemics, so it'll, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually gone out to look for that yet. I was gonna have a goal the other day, but we didn't make it, so I haven't gone. But have you guys started like prepping for that, like stocking up on like masks or like?
And just to be
No.
safe,
Anything like
CDC
that?
said to make sure that you had like a lot of bottled water, just in case, because people are gonna, just in case something did happen on the off chance, they're gonna raise the prices of all that stuff unless our president puts a stop on freezes prices, which I doubt he will. So, yeah, make sure you stock up on stuff. Just it's always good to have, anyways. Don't freak out over this thing, but just to keep yourself safe, get some supplies. We
Yeah.
always had to
This
do.
is what I love being from Canada. Just don't have to deal with this. The only thing I'm dealing with right now is that we have toilet paper shortages. Because everyone's buying toilet paper for some reason. Tons of toilet paper.
That
You
was the
can't
thing in
get
Australia.
toilet
They ran
paper
out. I
anywhere.
heard. Chat told me that today.
Hmm?
Yeah, I saw that. I went to trying to find hand sanitizer and I couldn't find any, Sunshine Club. You're right. The store didn't have any. Walmart had no hand sanitizer.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
It's something, man. It is. I don't know. I'm on well water, so I technically don't need to get bottled water.
I don't
It's
either.
just-
I don't like the way my fridge tastes though.
Then
Like, I have a fridge
you
filter.
can
I have
use,
like
a
the
Brita
fridge water.
filter instead of the fridge's filter. Those can
Yeah.
get moldy sometimes.
Yeah,
Blur!
might be the filter. Thank you guys for all the alerts so far. I know I'm kind of ignoring them because I didn't want to ruin the viewing experience for people. Just the sound effects. LeBlur, thank you for subbing to the tier 3. Frank, thanks for resubbing for 13 months. LeBlur, thanks for the tier 2 sub earlier too. Upgrading it, dude. Thank you. Hello, it's Megan. Goodbye. Cheered bits. Thank you. Bornati with the 2 gifted subs earlier. Real Pyromax, thank you for the $5 donation. Ancient Prototype gifted a sub to Jenna. Real Pyromax, thank you for subbing with Prime. 6-pin sub with Prime. Jack with 3 gifted subs. Goblin King cheered 100 bits. A Logan Tom subbed for 4 months. Thank you, dude. Commander Ghost will sub for 14 months. Thanks. Fun Balan with 5 gifted subs. Ant subbed for 12 months. Crisco with the 100 bits. Chillbro Baggins, thank you for the 2-month sub. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. If you guys have been enjoying the stream, make sure that you follow it. Follow the channel. Make sure you join Discord. It's public. Follow the ladies also. Jenna and Cherisette here. If you didn't follow Novaru earlier, please do that. She's cool too. But yeah. That's freaking awesome, you guys. Thank you for joining me, ladies. I don't want to keep y'all all day because I know people got to go do stuff, including me a little bit. I gotta go feed puppies.
I need to eat. I haven't ate yet.
Yeah, we're hungry. We're hungry.
I'm a small girl.
You're invited back next week too if you guys want to. I haven't decided which day yet. I might experiment with different days at first just to see what's the best for Twitch
I had
chat.
a lot of fun.
But yeah, hopefully this is something you guys enjoy, both the ladies and chat also. Hopefully you guys have been liking it so far. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.